is my creator. But remember, this world is not our home. We will leave one day. Thank you. You can say anything you like about me. I don't care. I'm still strong because God is my creator. But remember, this world is not our home. We will leave one day. Thank you. You can say anything you like about me. I don't care. I'm still strong because God is my creator. But remember, this world is not our home. We will leave one day. Thank you. You can say anything you like about me. I don't care. I'm still strong because God is my creator. But remember, this world is not our home. We will leave one day. Thank you. You can say anything you like about me. I don't care. I'm still strong because God is my creator. But remember, this world is not our home. We will leave one day. Thank you. You can say anything you like about me. I don't care. I'm still strong because God is my creator. But remember, this world is not our home. We will leave one day. Thank you. You can say anything you like about me. I don't care. I'm still strong because God is my creator. But remember, this world is not our home. We will leave one day.
Koikimedia, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia, Koikimedia, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Àwa sálára àgbáyédá, àwa ló láṣà àti èdè. Gbígbédè lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá.
Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
They never sabi wetin we carry for her.
But they move closer before they go sabi.
I said they never know wetin we carry for body.
But they move closer before they go sabi.
Ọ̀kín lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, kìnìún ló ló lajú.
Ẹyẹ tó dorí kodò bí àdán ọ̀pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu.
Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa, ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè kó Odùduwà.
Odùduwà kò bá lè gbé wa.
Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe gírí, ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀, ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ ìlérí, ká wálé gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé, ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀, àwa ni mọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri.
Pé ọmọ Odùduwà ni wá.
Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni.
Kásá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájé bùgbà yín jẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni.
À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni.
News and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́.
Ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni.
Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájúmọ̀ mi o, máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ o. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. À ń gbádùn rẹ, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi, ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé mádémádé, ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ gbàjòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀, àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o koikimedia ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrègèdè.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ọmọ Òdùwà ni wá o tọkàntọkàn.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ikú tí ó ṣe bí lébi òsì àdìmú bàbá iyọ̀.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
We bring you up closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ òòdùn kan kí oko lára ni.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àpèrègèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́ àwa ní bàbá o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹ gbé polówó ọjà yín wá o.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Odùduwà lágbèdá ní òtítọ́ lágbèdá ní.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
A kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀ a kì í sóníkèéta.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Àdúró tán a tún pèrègèdè.
Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia we bring you up closer to your doorstep.
Àwọn ní bàbá.
Koikimedia is around.
To give us latest.
Is around o.
Give us latest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo.
ladies and gentlemen,
Ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo.
Koikimedia is around.
To give us latest.
Koikimedia.
ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Akin ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tìlé tó kó ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ Adéyẹmọ Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bo lórúkọ gan-an ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o torí pé bùrà a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń kọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan ò lè ṣì wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ̀kan ká lè débi re ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ gègèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà ò rẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sínà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè gbòó ìkan ń ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n ò mọ̀ Gbòho mọ̀ rẹ́ kí ló dé Gbòho mọ̀ rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sanran ìgbàgede Gbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Gbòho mọ̀ rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Gbòho àfikàn pọpọ sí amúkan yòókù bọ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹrù wálé wàrà mòjé ọmọ onílé ọlà àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọn ò ní bomi kó sí mu wọ́n láwọn ò ní bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà tójú kò fi rí ńkọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé tí ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírèlẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta ò ṣe gbé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ kí tọ́ domi láéláyé ìtọ́ mi lè domi Sunday Ìgbòho arógun má ti dí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó.
Freedom is all we want. Give us Odùduwà nation. Free us, let's go. Iléyá, Iléyá mi ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá mi mò ń lọ.
Iléyá, Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Oríṣà ò lè gbé ní, ó yẹ kó fi ní sílẹ̀ bó ṣe bá mi.
Iléyá,
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́, Iléyá wa ń lọ.
United Nation, ẹ fún wọn lómìnira, Odùduwà nation là ń fẹ́.
Iléyá.
ẹ̀yà káwọ́ lẹ́rọ̀ bó bá gbọ́mọ ọba o ariwo wọ́ta.
Iléyá Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́ Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin gómìnà South West pátá ẹ má wò wá níran ẹ bá wa dá sí i.
Iléyá Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́ Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátá ẹ má mọ̀ dáwọ́dá o ẹ bá wa dá sí i.
Iléyá
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́ Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ má wò wá níran o ẹ bá wa dá sí i.
Iléyá
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́ Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Ṣé Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Professor Banji o ẹ bá wa dá sí i.
Iléyá
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́ Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin social cultural group pátá ẹ má jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ yín o ẹ jẹ́ àjọṣe o.
Iléyá Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́ Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá nílé ní diaspora ẹ má jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ wa o ẹ jẹ́ àjọṣe o.
Iléyá
Ó ti yá.
Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́ Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Mùsùlùmí Kìrìsìtẹ́nì ẹlẹ́sìn àbáláyé ẹ má jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ wa o ẹ jẹ́ àjọṣe o.
Iléyá Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́ Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Iléyá o Iléyá o Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Iléyá Iléyá wa ò dúró mọ́ Iléyá wa ń lọ.
Ilé ti yá.
ọmọ Oòduà ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ torí kò sílùú mìíràn. ọmọ Oòduà ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
Kí ló kà? Kí ló wí? Kí ló ọ̀dọ̀? Kí ló kà? Ọmọ Oòduà ọ̀dọ̀ sọmọ Nàìjíríà. Oòduà ló ní ìyàlẹ̀. Kí ló kà? Kí ló wí? Kí ló ọ̀dọ̀? Kí ló kà? Ọmọ Oòduà ọ̀dọ̀ sọmọ Nàìjíríà. Oòduà ló ní ìyàlẹ̀.
Kashishe The weight of Nigeria is not the weight that any normal, ordinary human being can carry, except with the help of Almighty Allah. It is evident, therefore, that the Almighty Allah is with our president. He is carrying the weight.
Again. No going back. Ìgbòho òòṣà iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délẹ̀ lérí o lórúkọ Jésù. Yorùbá nation.
Impediment to Yoruba development. It's the impediment to Oodua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction, and there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
Moki gbogbo wa pé a very good afternoon. Ẹ má bínú pé a pẹ́ ká tó jáde. Normally we should start about 2 hours earlier after the Star Radio. I normally go live. But again, due to some reasons, and I'm sure a lot of you that follow us last night on the night bus from London Heathrow Airport. I wanted to travel, mo wá dé Heathrow. Mo ní mo fẹ́ travel. Àwọn ní koikimedia go back home. Thank you so much once again to everyone. Mo fi Teledumare, mo kí gbogbo wa pátápátá, and everyone that have joined us, and those that will be watching, those that will be sharing it, those that will be following it, those that will be questioning it. We want people to question why we want Yoruba nation. Very, very important. We want you to continue to ask us questions, because if you do not ask questions, you might probably be also being taken to somewhere. You remember that video? They take me go where I don't know. You remember that woman, that security officer, go enter somebody's vehicle. So we want you to question us, to know why the Yoruba nation is something that we're asking for as against, Nigeria today. So if you want to know more, I'll be telling you a little bit more again today, but you can also find out as many of this kind of information on the Yoruba world media, the home-based media, or the independent Yoruba campaigners. I am not talking about the bloggers that are taking some of our content and sharing it and probably using it. I am not talking about the mainstream media in Nigeria that are giving you a different narrative. If you want to know more about this movement, then we can tell you to join the Yoruba self-determination movement. Just like you are a member of APC now, a lot of you have been a member of APC from AD to AC, Action Congress, AD, Alliance Democracy. Then you all switch to APC. Some of you move from APC back to PDP, So it's the same thing, but the only difference is that this one is a movement that only God knows when it will become a realistic, complete journey. But the one that you have been running for since 1999, it doesn't even have any headway. The only thing that we hear is every 4 years there's a campaign, everybody comes out, there's excitement, everybody's putting on the outfit and everything. But after that campaign, everybody then, probably don't even understand that, what is the purpose of the government. So maybe you should a little bit come closer and find out why the Yoruba people are campaigning, why the Biafras are campaigning, why the Scottish people. I want to go back again. I want to take that journey of the last program, comparing Wales, Scotland, Western Sahara. We talked about the Catalonia. There are so many countries that probably will get their country very soon. There are some that have been on this journey for more than 30 years. We do not pray to be in that same category. Nigeria has already been part of us for like almost 63 years. So in a nutshell, the Yoruba people have struggled in Nigeria. I am still appreciating many of you that have joined us so far and those that will be joining. But let me first appreciate my family. Family me. Because if they say, bye-bye, what you're doing is just too risky, it's also not going to be helping us. But because my family understand what I am doing, so that makes it very, very easy for me. Tó bá ní ìyàwó tí kò ní understanding tó gbé dání, ẹ máa jà lójoojúmọ́ ni. But tó bá ti níyàwó àti àwọn ọmọ àti mọ̀lẹ́bí, àwọn family mi kan wá against what I'm doing, but I'm sure Nigeria will not happen to them kó tó di pé wọ́n máa ní understanding tí mò ń ṣàlàyé fún wọn. Mo máa kí gbogbo yín ní gbogbo state dáadáa. Mo fẹ́ take, we are only 21 minutes. Ẹ má bínú pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń lé. It looks like sometimes, you know, people is serious about it, then kọrin, then do. This is what keeps the movement going as well. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọmọ akọrin ẹ máa ń jó náà? APC bá jáde nísìnyí ẹ máa gbélú ẹ máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ PDP. Even Ṣòwòrẹ́ gan máa ń jó. Mo rí Ṣòwòrẹ́ ní bíá l'Ondo State ní tó ń lecture àwọn ọmọ kan ní very dilapidated primary school. Ó wà lórí Instagram ẹ̀. You can go and check it out. We'll see if we can play it later on. Ṣòwòrẹ́, Showboy. I love you so much. I appreciate you. I know where you are going. I understand your own area of what you want for Nigeria. Revolution. The revolution, basically, everything will reset. But many Nigerians do not want revolution because they think that revolution is bad. But revolution is what is currently going on in Gabon. Revolution is what is going on in Niger. Revolution that you do not want would happen, but it depends on how soon, how quick. So we appreciate my family, then I appreciate every single one of you from Babaki Toye. He's the current leader of the Yoruba self-determination struggle. A lot of you sometimes think that Babaki Toye is the leader of the Yoruba, the whole Yoruba people. And probably maybe that is becoming a conflict of interest. Báwo l'Akintoye ṣe máa jẹ́ leader gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nígbà tá a ṣì ní bàbá Adébánjọ níbẹ̀, a ṣì ní bàbá Fáṣọ̀rántì níbẹ̀, a ní Bísí Àkàndé níbẹ̀, a ní Bọ̀dé George níbẹ̀. Bàbá Akintoye ò bá yín dupò. So why are you stressing yourself? Ẹ̀yin bàbá yìí. Bàbá Akintoye náà lòun fẹ́ di leader Yorùbá. Ó lóun ni leader Yorùbá self-determination and we accept it like that. Tó o bá dẹ̀ tẹ́ yín lọ́rùn, ẹ lọ sí ojú ẹlẹ́gba ẹ já láti bridge yẹn. Torí pé at least àárí bọ́dì yín, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ lọ sí Third Mainland Bridge. Torí tẹ́ bá ti já sínú omi, a lè má rí bọ́dì yín. Tàbá dẹ̀ máa fi rí bọ́dì yín, á ti wà swelling up. So if you are still of that opinion that you do not want Baba Akintoye as the leader of the Yoruba self-determination, I am not talking about the leader of Gbogbo Yoruba, because we have a lot of them. Ẹ lè lọ sí Third Mainland Bridge, but mo fẹ́ kẹ́ lọ sí Third Mainland Bridge. So màá prefer pé kẹ́ lọ sí ibi tá a mọ̀ sí ojú ẹlẹ́gba, ẹ wá jábọ́ látòkè yẹn. And whatever happened to you, good luck to you. He will remain our leader. Even those of you, ẹ̀yin kan wà, ẹ̀yin group kan wà, ẹ̀yin ẹgbẹ́ kan wà. Yes, everybody is trying, but we must give kudos to the man that brought everything to the conscious mind. Tí Bàbá Akintoye náà bá sọ̀rọ̀, tó bá dákẹ́ bí Bísí Àkàndé, tó bá dákẹ́ bí Bọ̀dé George, tó bá dákẹ́ bí àwọn àgbàlagbà wèrè, àwọn àgbàlagbà tó yẹ kó ti kú sódà mú kẹ́ ti kú dànù ká mọ̀ pé ti kú ẹ ti wà out of the Yoruba land. Ṣé àwa náà máa pariwo Yorùbá nation? Àkọ́mà ní Nàìjíríà ọ̀dà náà ni. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ support Tinubu, àwọn kan support Àtíkù, àwọn kan support Peter Obi. So Bàbá Akintoye ló fún wa ní conscious mind tí gbogbo wa fi ń jókòó tá a fi ń pariwo Yorùbá nation. And I know that because anyone cannot come out and tell me Yoruba nation lẹ́ ń pariwo tẹ́lẹ̀, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fún wa ní evidence, èmi ò pariwo Yoruba nation tẹ́lẹ̀. I was part of the Nigerian community and I was complaining that the country is not working. So if you are out there and saying, hey, no, kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o, ẹ fún wa ní evidence. Ẹ fún wa ní evidence kó tó di pé Baba Akintoye jáde ní 2019. Even Comrade Victor Taiwo tó ń pariwo pé òun ṣe Yoruba nation, níbo ló gbede? Ọ̀nà bo ló gbà? Ó wà standstill ni, wọ́n tẹ̀ fún ní respect gan ní Nàìjíríà ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ pé àwọn diaspora media ló fèdè ìjà gbariwo ẹ̀ síta làwọn èèyàn wà mọ̀ pé àbọ̀bọ̀ kan jẹ́ máa kan jẹ́ Comrade Victor Taiwo. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi George Akínọlá, àwọn yẹn dúró tán. Fídíò tá a máa ń play yẹn was around 2017 if I'm right, ní Adamasigba nílùú Ìbàdàn. Wọ́n ní we should come out of this nonsense country, but àwọn olè politicians ẹ̀rí tó fẹ́ yọ wọ́n fẹ́ impeach deputy l'Ondo state, they are all born bastards, they are all the same thing. It doesn't matter whether they are from Ondo state, whether they are from Ikere, whether they are from Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde, olè ní gbogbo wọn àti Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún àti Sanwó-Olú, they are all born bastards. Ẹ fi ìpa màmá pọ́n wọn lé ni. Màá dúpẹ́ fún Baba Akintoye anyway. So mò ń dúpẹ́ fún Baba Akintoye, bàbá dáadáa, bàbá tó ní kárí go, mo kí bàbá wa Prophet Ológun Olúwa ẹ kú iṣẹ́. Mo dẹ̀ kí Prophet John Ogundele, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin wòlíì àgbàlagbà, mo kí yín títí dé gbogbo Celestial KICC, mo kí yín Redeem, mo kí yín a ní mẹ́mbà tó ń ṣe Yorùbá nation, but àwọn pásítọ̀ yín ni wọ́n jẹ́ kẹ́ gbóhùn sókè. I only pray that it will not be too late for every single one of us. Ṣèbí nígbà tí Redeem dákẹ́ títí nítorí pé Yẹmí Ọ̀sínbàjò wà níbẹ̀, short man devil. Kí ló padà ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìn? Because ẹni torí pé ó jẹ́ member Redeem, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbóhùn sókè, ká kọlù dáadáa. You all kept quiet. What is the end result of Yẹmí Ọ̀sínbàjò as a vice president, as a former vice president? Ṣèbó tún pé jẹ Tinubu lẹ́sẹ̀ ni. Ṣé Christianity náà ní pé kíyàn jẹ́yàn lẹ́sẹ̀? Because Tinubu ló mú débẹ̀, kí ló fẹ́ contest fún against Tinubu? Ó wá jókòó síbi tó ti mú ṣọ́ọ̀tì ṣe primaries, ó wò kùbùkùbùkùbù. One bastard. Mo kí Azeez ní gbogbo Miami, mo kí Azeez ní Houston. Mo ṣe ń kí àwọn tó wà nílé. Nígbà tí mo bá ti kí Baba Akintoye, máa kí bàbá wa Chief Banji Ayiloge, bàbá àgbàlagbà. Àwọn bàbá yẹn ti ṣe politics rí, wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé politics ẹ̀ bàtà màlà ti gbẹ̀gì ẹ̀ tẹ̀ rí gbẹ̀gìrì jẹ mọ́, kò sí gbẹ̀gìrì nínú ẹ̀. Politics do me, I will do you. Ẹ rí bọ́ ṣe ń jà l'Edo state. Ṣèbí ìjà yẹn náà lọ ti ń jà l'Ondo state ní àwọn olùṣàwọn wèrè. Ṣé àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe ìlú fún yín nìyẹn? Wọ́n fẹ́ impeach deputy. Gbàtà wọn impeach ẹ̀ náà nǹkan olè náà ní 419. Ìbóhùn náà ń gbàdúrà pé kákérédolú kó kú dànù, tó bá ti kú kóun lè jẹ gọ́vnà. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ṣe Akérédolú, àwa ní òun ní kú, wàá sì dé àlàáfíà, a máa bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ pé gbogbo yín gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. If not, èpè lẹ́ máa gbà lẹ́nu tèmi, ẹ ní gbàdúrà, because ẹ mọ bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ níta. Ìwọ lọ sí Germany sí, ó lọ tọ́jú ara ẹ. Àwọn tó ń bẹ l'Ondo state báwo ni kán ṣe tọ́jú ara wọn? A sọ ìjìnlẹ̀ 419 tó lọ wọ́n náà mọ Ondo lòun náà. À ń sọ àwọn indigenous people tó ń bẹ l'Ondo state. Ọlọ́run ló mọ iye tí euro tó ná nígbà tó lọ sí Germany. Ṣèbó òfin kú ló ṣe lọ. Ìwọ ṣe lọ sí hospital ní Ondo state, kò ní kó tọ́jú ẹ níbẹ̀. Ìwọ Akérédolú. Kí ló dé tó ṣe sá lọ sí Germany? Ó ṣe ní kó tọ́jú ẹ nínú Ondo state. Why did you run out of Ondo state? One bastard. Ìwọ kúrò l'Ondo, ó fẹ́ kú ni now, because tó bá fẹ́ kú ni wàá lọ sí general hospital kó mọ̀ bí ikú ò ní parí mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wicked people. Ìwọ sá lọ sí Germany lọ gba treatment. The same indigenous people tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ l'Ondo state, they cannot get the same treatment. One bastard. Àfi tẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ sókè, tá bá rí pé sọ̀rọ̀ sókè, la máa mọ̀ pé sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. Gbogbo ìtẹ́ ń sọ sábẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ sókè because àwọn olóṣèlú Scotland wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ sókè pé àwọn ò fẹ́ bá UK ṣe mọ́, ibẹ̀ la tún fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ìrìn. So kí ló wá ṣẹ̀yìn? Àfi kẹ́ máa bára yín jà, ẹ fẹ́ impeach deputy. And the same thing goes to Ṣèyí Mákindé, one bastard. Ṣèbó òun mọ̀ nípa pọ́ ṣe wá fẹ́ pọn olóyè sínú ilé. Tẹ́ bá lọ sílé olóyè, ẹ máa rí picture olórí burúkú bomb bastard tó pẹ̀rẹ̀ ní Ṣèyí Mákindé yẹn. Ẹ rí picture níbẹ̀. Picture wà níbẹ̀. Kó tó di pé ó jẹ gọ́vnà. Tá bá ti di gọ́vnà tán, they become a tiger. They become people that doesn't want to come down and lower their people and work with them. Ikú náà ló kúkú máa pa gbogbo wa. akọ̀ǹbẹ ọlọ́run kó fún alẹ́mì gúngùn ni gbogbo yìí máa ríran wò pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní bọ́ nínú Nàìjíríà irọ́ lẹ pa kí ló dé tẹ̀lé sọ̀rọ̀ kí ló ń bà yín lẹ́rù ṣé ẹ ń bẹ̀rù àwọn Haúsá ni àbẹ́ ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀rù àwọn puppet westerner yín tẹ̀ ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ ó wá London ó náà wá investor ó wá investor sí Ọ̀yọ́ state níbi tí wọ́n ti ń pààyàn ó wá investors wọ́n ń bọ̀ lóòótọ́ all criminals bó ṣe máa ń ṣe conference summit is all lies so mo kí bàbá wa Bánjí Ayélóge ẹ kú tọ́jú wa mo wá kí gbogbo àwọn tó ń bẹ nínú YSDM láti òkè désàlẹ̀ àwọn ni pilot tó ń tò ètò yìí àwa ni media tó dúró tán fún Yorùbá nation tó nìkan èmi ò ní kankan mi tèmi fẹ́ sọ ti Yorùbá nation lọ tá a bá ń sọ àwọn nǹkan míì a kàn mẹ́nu bà ní Yorùbá nation day and night mo ṣì wà ní airport as at almost this time ní reverse ní 2:00 mo ṣe bọ́ sórí bus 9 láti Heathrow airport dé Trafalgar Square the whole journey was 1 hour 5 minutes àyà mi ò já pé mo wà níta as at that time tó bá bí ẹ̀dá àwọn tó ní o wà ní any of the Yoruba state ìwọ jáde ní 2:00 lóru o ní o fẹ́ rìnrìn àjò 1 hour tí mọ́tò tó ń wà tó o bá pa ẹ́ àwọn tó máa pa ẹ́ làwọn military because the new update tí à ń gbọ́ nísìnyí ni pé wọ́n ní àwọn military o àwọn olè Yarima kí ló sọ eléyìí sọ̀rọ̀ ní sometime around 2 months ago Yarima ibi tí Zamfara ń jí àwọn èèyàn gbé but they are calling them bandits these are full-blown terrorists ẹjẹ agbọn tó sọ ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú kí gbogbo àwọn tó kù.
Bandits. I'm just proposing a solution to banditry in Nigeria. The bandits, a lot of them have been killed, a lot of them have been arrested, and I'm not saying that government should just continue to just negotiate indefinitely. No, I said invite them. There are people who repent in all.
Invite terrorists. Tó bá bí ẹ̀dá ìwọ jáde ní 2:00 tẹ́mi jáde yẹn wá sọ fún mi bí a Nàìjíríà ń ṣiṣẹ́. Ṣẹ́gbọ́n nǹkan tó sọ invite them even the new chief of abikilanpe defence minister all criminal. Ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó kọ Nigerian communities are free to dialogue with the bandit according to the defence minister. Ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní Zamfara. He speaks on the Zamfara incident. Abubakar however added that the federal government did not mandate anyone or group to negotiate with terrorists on his behalf over the adoption of the female student of the Federal University, Gaswa, Zamfara State. Kí ni mo fẹ́ lọ ṣe ní Zamfara? Break up this shito country, let everybody go their separate ways. But àwọn politicians wa mo sọ fún yín pé àwọn ló ń delay ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. The moment we are able to tell them, we will abuse them until they hear us. Wọn kì í ṣe God. They are all born bastards as far as I'm concerned. Kò sí kankan tó jẹ́ God nínú wọn. They are public servants and the public servant must be called all the time to the problem that the citizens are facing. I don't care whoever they are. Láti Kwara State títí dọ́dọ̀ Sanwó-Olú point finger ìyẹn máa point finger ni. A máa point finger ni. Ó point finger. Tí Sanwó-Olú bá ṣe tán nísìn, àná òun náà fẹ́ lọ jẹ senator. All criminals. Ìbò ní Amosun wà nísìn, onífìlà gogoro. Tó bá bí ẹ̀dá ni mo sọ jáde ní Nàìjíríà ní 2:00 tẹ́mi jáde lóru àná òun náà ṣeré jáde lọ síbì kan èmi ṣeré lọ sí Heathrow ni and you don't need to know what I went to do there. I move around every day because I know I am safe in this country. Tó bá ti jí mi gbé tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti gbúrò gbọ́ pé wọ́n ní wọ́n rí Kóìkì o tí wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé wọ́n mú sí police station kan ní London tí wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n ò mọbi tó wà ẹ tètè mú British government pé àwọn ọmọ nípa ẹ̀ ìkọ́wọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ jíyàn kankan gbé because security mi ọrùn wọn ló wà. Níbi tí mo ti ń kí gbogbo yín lọ mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá tó ń bẹ nílé áyùn pé ká ti gba Yorùbá nation yẹn ṣe yín but ẹ má yẹ káwọn deceiver kó sọ fún yín pé ẹ máa jó ẹ máa yọ̀ níbo lẹ ti ń jó sí àdúgbò rẹ ń jó sí ẹ fẹ́ Yorùbá nation wọn ní kẹ́ ẹ máa jó ẹ máa yọ̀ àti declare ẹ ti ní mental problem. Scotland gan tó népọn tó lẹ́kan náà gan wọ́n tí ì bọ́ kúrò náà ẹ̀ but mo rí i pé most of you your understanding and your level of understanding ó lò gan so a gbọ́dọ̀ break it down a máa break it down continuously tẹ́ máa fi gbọ́ and that is why I'm going to go back again to ṣé a ṣì wà on the right track a jáde fún rally àìtí jáde a ṣe anything as long as tí voice wa ṣì ń jáde pé a fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, we are still on the right track. Bá lé any kind of allegation, èmi kọ́ ló máa ń kọ́kọ́ lé allegation. Mandela gan, wọ́n pè ní terrorist. I don't think most of you know that. Mandela was called a terrorist. So kí n tó máa lọ sínú ètò gangan, mo wá kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé. There's nothing we can do with the current economic situation in Nigeria. Kí lẹ fẹ́ ká ṣe sí? We don't have a government yet. We are not the one in charge of the government. Bola Tinubu ló wà lórí oyè. So he has the responsibility to continue to bring a better Nigeria for you until Nigeria will dissolve. Because Bola Tinubu has a maximum 4 years at the moment. The next 4 years is not guaranteed yet. We don't know. So when you are complaining bitterly, don't put that on Yoruba nation. Nítorí àìtí gba Yoruba nation. Nigeria has been bad more than decades. Láti 1960 kò sí nǹkan tó ṣiṣẹ́ Nigeria. So don't blame your problem. Nítorí àìtí gba Yoruba nation, lẹ ṣe ní problem. The problem has been there, and the problem will not go until we come out of Nigeria. So tẹ́ bá wá ní ká má come out, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní ẹ fẹ́ Nigeria, then you will continue to experience that problem. Ẹ máa tọ́ra yín, FFK ní kẹ́ máa lọ gbọ́ sí lẹ́nu owó tó ti jí nígbà tó jẹ́ Minister of Aviation. Rotimi Amechi ní kó wá declare owó yẹn, kò tí declare títí dèní. Ẹ máa lọ farawé àwọn Yaya Bello, ẹ lọ máa farawé Dino Malaye, ẹ lọ máa farawé àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe drugs, wọ́n fi make owó wọn, wọ́n wá ti invest owó yẹn sínú different sector. There are so many crimes tó ń lọ nínú Nigeria. Most of àwọn tẹ́ ń rí ní celebrity, most of them are criminals. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó lè sọ fún wa pé báyìí lòun ṣe make owó o. So at the end of the day, like somebody said there, Nigeria is an abattoir slaughterhouse. And nothing is going to change anytime soon. But it is a responsibility of the government. Don't put your problem on us. Táwọn kan bá support yín, wọ́n support yín ni. Normally, we shouldn't be coming on the social media and be saying, I'm sick, ẹ fún mi lówó, ebi ń pa mí, ẹ ṣàánú mi, ọmọ mi fẹ́ lọ sí hospital. That is the reason why you have a government. But nítorí pé ẹ tí ready láti challenge the government yẹn, ẹni wọ́n máa pa yín, ìgbà wo lẹ kú náà tẹ́lẹ̀. Èèyàn tó yọ intestine ẹ̀, ṣé kò padà kú? Ó máa padà kú now. So, but if everybody continue to ask questions, ní kẹ́ gbébọn jáde, because ẹ ní ìbọn tẹ́ fẹ́ fi bá government jà. Ní kẹ́ no condo, ní kẹ́ destroy property. But we will come out as people and we will say enough is enough. Ṣebí mo ráwọn ọmọ Ghana tó jáde, Délé Momodu, Ovation CEO, òun gan gbé sórí page ẹ̀. Ó ní that is why I love Ghanaians. Ó sọ fún yín pé ẹ̀yin Nigerians orí yóò pé ẹ̀ ń wá diaspora. Ẹ̀ ń wá diaspora kó padà wá sí Nàìjíríà kó wá bá yín ṣe wàhálà. Wọ́n ń bọ̀. Irú èmi sọ fún yín pé tèmi bá rí yín, mo sọ ní last year, I think I said it last year, that I will be with you if I can see the numbers on the road. I think I told you, mo rántí number tí mo fi sí nígbà yẹn bí 500,000, bí 300. If I see that number that we are ready, I see you on the road, I will personally be on the ground and I will be with you. Ìbọn tó bá fẹ́ yìn kàn yìí fún gbogbo wa níbẹ̀. But when you are not ready, the only thing we can do is to continue to educate you and compare the notes. Ṣé o mọ̀ pé ní university, lecturer máa ń compare notes, student máa ń compare notes. So what we are doing is we are comparing the notes. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, they are all drug dealers. Drug dealers làwọn tó ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe celebrating you. So we are comparing the notes. So when tẹ́ bá ní àìtí gba Yorùbá nation, kí ló dé àìtí gbà? Dúpọ̀ ní tìrì ti gba Yorùbá nation fún àtẹni tó sọ pé Dúpẹ́ ti gbà àti Dúpẹ́ fúnra rẹ̀. Orí gbogbo yóò pè yọ bomb bastard. Èèyàn náà gba Yorùbá nation fún yín. Bàbá Stephen Ṣépálétílè ló jẹ́ ẹjẹ́ sáré fún ní just one question. Ẹni ẹ lọ sí United Nations, èwo ń bẹ̀ lẹ lọ, ṣé ẹ lọ fún event míì ni àbí United Nations General Assembly? Because in tí mo gbọ́ tẹ́ sọ ni pé ẹ lọ sí 75th Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Ìyẹn ò dẹ̀ ń ṣe United Nations General Assembly. Ó dà ń kórí gbogbo yóò pé mo rí Black Lion. Ẹ wá ń pọ̀ yẹn lé ẹ̀ ń gbé gbogbo ẹ̀ sórí YouTube, ìjìnlẹ̀ ń gbé sórí YouTube, ẹ̀ ń gbé picture, ìyá wa Mua ó ti lọ sí United Nations, gbogbo orí yín ò pé rárá, tí mọ̀ tẹ́ gbé dání. Mo sọ fún yín pé wọn ò bí Dúpẹ́ da títí tí ọdún yìí máa fi tán kó gbé adelé kankan jáde. Ẹni Kóìkì ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wọn bí bàbá tó bí àtìyá tó bí wọn bí da torí pé kò lè ṣe ni. Mo sọ fún yín. Ìgbòho ni kọ́kọ́rọ́ Yorùbá Nation wà lọ́wọ́ àti bàbá Akíntóyè àti àwọn YSDM ẹ̀yẹ tọ́ra yín. Tí Ìgbòho bá dé ìlú Ìbàdàn wọ́n bí Ṣèyí Mákindé da ó máa sá kúrò níbàdàn. Tí Ìgbòho bá wọnú Ìbàdàn lẹ́nìí wọ́n bí Ṣèyí Mákindé da ó máa sá kúrò níbàdàn. Tí Dúpẹ́ bá dé Ìbàdàn Ṣèyí Mákindé máa ní kó fi sójà wọ́n fi fọ́ kókó ẹsẹ̀. Wọ́n náà lọ sí United Nations. Èèyàn lọ sí meeting tí wọ́n ń ṣe ní United Nations as an NGO but ibẹ̀ kọ́ la fẹ́ lò lẹ́nìí. So gbogbo èyí tí ẹ̀ ní wọ́n gba country fún yín tí ẹ̀ ń dunnú tẹ́ ń yọ̀ ẹ̀ tí mọ ìlú tó gbà fún yín. Mo sọ fún yín pé èmi ni mídíà yín tó jẹ́ international media. Mo ní láti kúrò nínú ilé mi. Ìtọ́ ṣe ń pè ní mídíà nìyẹn. Ìtò rẹ̀ ń ṣe mídíà bọ́lẹ̀ kájà. Ìjìnlẹ̀ kì í ṣe mídíà bọ́lẹ̀ kájà ni Yorùbá Nation tó ń ṣe ló fi dàbí pé ó jẹ́ ẹni tí wọ́n mọ̀. Mo ti lọ review tó ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀. Kí ló ń ṣe gan ní Turkey? Kò ṣe kankan ní Turkey, wọ́n ń ṣe kankan ní Turkey. Lẹ́yìn kan ta gbaná, kọ́ ṣe drugs, kọ́ dẹ̀ ṣe yahoo. Ẹdẹ́ mi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn tó wà ní Turkey mọ̀ tí mo sọ. Kí ló ń ṣe ní Turkey? Gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbé ní Turkey ẹ béèrè pé kí ló ń ṣe ní Turkey. But ìlú tó accommodate Nigerians ni. But Nigeria wọ́n ti ṣe bàbá fraud ní Turkey yẹn tó ń ṣe kékeré. Ó ti affect ìwọ tó ń wò mí báyìí. Àwa ta ní resident ta, a lè lọ sí Turkey. Ìwọ bá fẹ́ apply. Ẹni tó ní UK visa àti American visa kò lè lọ sí Turkey mọ́. Nítorí àwọn ìjìnlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn fraudsters. Crime ló ń ṣe níbẹ̀. Lóòótọ́ àwọn kan ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun níbẹ̀. Gbogbo wọn fún wọn níṣẹ́. Because wọ́n fún yín ní work permit. Ìyẹn lẹ wá ń lísìn sí pé náà gba country. Ó jókòó sínú yàrá kan bí ó gba 2 bedroom. Inflation tó wà ní Turkey kò ṣe kékeré. But do you know that the Turkish citizens are still better off than bomb bastard Nigeria as you call it? Inflation tó wà ní Turkey. Inflation tó wà níbẹ̀. Iye tó ń tà nǹkan. Do you know that it is only in Turkey every day the man change the price tag in tonta? Wọ́n ta bread kan, 1 lira ni wọ́n ta bread yẹn. Bread yẹn ti di almost 5 lira, if not even 7. Kẹ́lẹ̀ rí but ará Turkey ṣì máa jẹ bread, ó máa jẹ tomato, ó dẹ̀ máa jẹ cheese. And wọ́n like nǹkan mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn. So that shows that they are not hungry, but they don't have enough. So owó àmọ́ bó ṣe máa ń make economy wọn tó ṣì ń survive is because nígbà tí wọ́n ní owó they were able to invest so much in so many things. And that is why anybody will love to travel to that part of the world. Títí kan àwọn wọn ò rí ìlú náà tó kí lọ sí Turkey. Bó ṣe jẹ́ Islamic country tó yẹn wọ́n ṣì ń lọ síbẹ̀. Àwọn èèyàn ò ní wá sí Kwara State because Kwara mentality yín ó yàtọ̀ sí tàwọn ti Turkey. Arábìnrin Turkey tó bá kírun tán nísìn ó máa bẹ́rán sí sìgá. Ní Turkey wọ́n ṣírun sílẹ̀. Ní Turkey wọ́n ń wọṣọ tó yẹ pé wàá máa fẹ́ rí ọmọbìnrin yẹn. They are very very reserved people. Ìyẹn government wọn ni mo sọ o. Kẹwàá compare pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà. Ọmọ Nàìjíríà ló máa ṣe dreadlock ni wọ́n máa sọ pé yahoo ni. Tẹ̀ wá mọ difference mọ́. Nigeria is not a country that is going to work. So as I'm still appreciating many of you, so those questions that you are asking us, those burning questions that why is this Yoruba nation have not yet succeeded is because of your Olori Buruku bomb bastard, all your politicians within Nigeria. They are the ones that do not want the dissolution of Nigeria because by dissolving Nigeria, it will bring a better indigenous people and not the world Nigeria because the world Nigeria is a crime. Mori ọ̀rẹ́ mi dáadáa, my beautiful auntie, kí n kàn pọ́nlé díẹ̀, Àbíkẹ́ Dábírí Erewa. Give us to Jagaban. She was somewhere when Jagaban was in New York and they were presenting the best brains. Oh my God, we have it. But because we have been put as under Nigeria. Those should have been indigenous people as Biafra, Arewa, and the Yorubas. They are doing very well, but under the brand called Nigeria. So she was actually presenting it. Èmi sì ń padà bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ti Stephen Falletila àbí kí ló pe rẹ̀ bàbá yẹn bàbá bombastar ni ó lè ní. Criminal àwọn sọ pé bàbá kan wà ó lè ní wọ́n. Bàbá yẹn ẹni bó ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ gan. Ṣẹ́rí báyìí náà ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀. You can tell whether we are telling lies. There's what they call body language. Ẹ lọ wo body language ìjìnlẹ̀ ọmọ àlè. Ẹ lọ wo body language ìjìnlẹ̀ every day tó bá ń ṣe program. Mo ṣì ìtò ṣe ní lánàá àti jẹta nígbà tí mo wọlé ní 4 o'clock lóru. Mo sì lọ gbọ́ ìjìnlẹ̀ díẹ̀. Mo kàn ń gbọ́ tán ni mo máa ń move forward. Màá kà díẹ̀ màá kà. Mo sì gbọ́ Wálé Àlè. Ìyẹn wà ní London. Mátẹ̀ máa ń dà pé ṣé Wálé Àlè wà ní London ṣá? Èmi ń dárúkọ ẹ̀ náà dárúkọ mi jẹ̀bájọ́ wà ní London ni. Bomb bastard. Ṣé yẹn wà ní London? Òun ni wọ́n gba country. Ṣé nígbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ò mú document lọ síbẹ̀? Bí yóò tẹ̀ níwèé gan àtẹ̀ mọ̀. Because gbogbo yín la mọ̀ pé ẹ máa ń lo document oní document fi ṣiṣẹ́. Kò tí wọ́n bá níwèé ni nígbà tó bá kọ́ bí ẹ sí bíbà. Tó bá dẹ̀ bí ẹ sí bíbà immigration ni ìyẹn ò ṣe problem. But nígbà tó fẹ́ lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ tó bá yẹ kó ń ṣiṣẹ́ bó ṣe sọ fún wa pé ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní UK. Ṣé o present document kó tó lọ ṣiṣẹ́? Wálé Àlè ìwọ ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ìwọ ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ Wálé Àlè ní London tó wá ń sọ fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá pé wọ́n ti declare Yorùbá nation wọ́n dẹ̀ ti declare náà nìyẹn òmìnira ti declare Yorùbá orí ọ̀pẹ rárá wọ́n bastard. Èmi mo sọ̀rọ̀ Kóìkì ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Kóìkì ni mò ń jẹ́ ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀. Gbogbo yín ẹ̀ tó kankan. Èmi ò ní kankan ní ọwọ́ but mo ní ẹnu láti fi bá anybody jà. Tó bá yẹ pé ẹ allow mi pẹ̀lú ẹnu mi yẹn ní 3 years ago Yorùbá nation á ti débi tó ń lọ. But a gbọ́dọ̀ respect àwọn àgbàlagbà. Torí pé a gbọ́dọ̀ fún ọ̀wọ̀ fún àgbàlagbà. Bàbá kí tó yóò gbọ́dọ̀ jáde tó gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ nǹkan tèmi sọ. So we are still saying thank you so much. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ má ẹ kọ́ disturb mind yín. The first thing is Nigeria is still existing because of factors that has nothing to do with Yoruba nation. Yoruba nation kọ́ ló ní kí Nigeria ṣì exist o. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbọ́ yín dáadáa. Wọ́n máa celebrate independence ní on the 1st níjọ́ Sunday. Kò ń ṣe àwa là ń delay pé kí Nigeria má pín. Nigerians ló ń delay kí Nigeria má pín. Tí wọn náà bá wà lára wọn, then good luck to you. Kò ń ṣe àwọn Yorùbá because we have already raised the voice and it is entirely of the Yoruba people to question it and ask us. Kò ń ṣe pé kọ́ máa ní tani leader àwọn olórí burúkú àwọn bàbá tó ní kúsà tí tásán wà tí mo ṣe program lé wọn lórí. Tó bá bí ìkànnì ìdákẹ́ response sí mi, màá tún jáde padà máa fún yín jẹ pátápátá. Ẹ ní ṣoríire. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde ni mi bámbàm mo dúró tán kò kí ya jagun. Àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé the wrong step ni mò ń gbé ní gbogbo ṣàlẹ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni wọ́n máa padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ẹ ní ṣoríire bomb bastard. Tálẹ̀ yìí à ń pariwo pé yà ń jẹ wá our backward ẹ ń sọ fún mi pé ta ló lead àwọn wo ni diaspora ẹ ní kúre gbogbo yìí tẹ̀ ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ because ẹ mọ̀ definitely pé àwa là ń send owó sílé la fi ń keep àwọn èèyàn wa survive ẹ yóò lò sí. Bomb bastard ní gbogbo yín tí bá ti múra múrí uniform mi báyìí tẹ́ mọ̀ pé mo fẹ́ wá gba sí fún yín ni mo sì ń kéyìn èèyàn dáadáa ẹ má sọ fún wa pé Yorùbá nation yàn tí wáyé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n Nigerians ló ń dìlé ẹ̀ and àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń dìlé ẹ̀ jù àwọn balẹ̀ Yorùbá èmi ò ní bọ́ ọba kankan bọ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn alálẹ̀ bàbá wa Ọ̀jájá the second Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ mo rí i pé ẹ ti ń lọ sí ibi tó ń pè ní seclusion gbogbo tí wọ́n bá deliver fún yín láti wherever tí wọ́n ti ń gbé mẹ́sẹ̀gì yẹn bọ̀ kí ọba Elédùmarè ó jẹ́ kẹ́ lè bá wa deliver fún Tinubu ṣẹ́rí gbogbo èyí tí Buhari ṣe yẹn mo understand ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ play game yẹn as ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nítorí pé ọba máa ń fẹ́ fi rẹ̀ síbi tí ọ̀wọ̀ wà but now tí Tinubu ti wà níbẹ̀ gbogbo message tó bá fún yín ní ìgbàlẹ̀ tẹ́ ń lọ yẹn ọba Elédùmarè á jẹ́ kẹ́ lè bá wa deliver message yẹn fún Tinubu tí Tinubu bá ṣe tán tí Nàìjíríà bá ṣì yẹ exist ọ̀nà àfún gbogbo alẹ́mì gúngùn àtàwa àtẹ̀yìn tí Tinubu bá ṣèjọba yìí tán tí Nàìjíríà ṣì hold tí àìtí rí solution pé à ń lọ oh my God ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹn àwọn alálẹ̀ àbá yín jà gidi wá dì pẹ̀lú gbogbo yín pátápátá nítorí pé ẹ mọ̀ dájú pé intansọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ yìí kò ń ṣe ojú lásán There are so many energy that is changing around the world. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ dìde. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá is one of it. Biafra is one of it. Arewa is one of it. So why must we be pulled back? We cannot wait for the West. Àwọn òyìnbó ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ. They are holding us back. Spiritual realm, we have gone, but the physical right of the thing ló sì delay. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé, stop coming and saying, Yorùbá nation tó ń ṣe yẹn kò yé wa, kò dẹ̀ ní yé náà ni. Kí lẹ mí pé kò yé yín? Is Nigeria working for you? Ṣé Nàìjíríà ṣiṣẹ́ fún bàbá tó bí ẹ? Ṣé Nàìjíríà ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìyá tó bí ẹ? Ṣé Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún àwọn the next generation? Everybody knows it's not going to work. So why then are we trying to save something that is not going to work? Kí la fẹ́ save ẹ̀ fún? We are not saying we have to fight each other. This can be dissolved. There are so many ways a country can dissolve without any weapon. But then whatever is going to happen in the long run is going to happen. But one thing we've got to understand is our campaigner Yoruba nation, our our problem pé ito lọ ní Nigeria nísìn. Ito bá lọ ní Nigeria, good luck to it. There's nothing we can do. Whatever is going to happen in Nigeria, good luck to it. Lagos State. You must continue to ask questions to your representative, from the speaker to the deputy speaker to the governor to the deputy governor. It is their responsibility to keep you going as long as Nigeria is still existing. Not our responsibility. We are not the one running the affairs of Yoruba territory at the moment. And that means that from Lagos State to Ogun State, Oyo State, Osun, Ekiti, all the way to Ondo, Kwara and Kogi State, you must be taken care of. But they are not going to do that because Nigeria is sucking the territory. And the money from that territory is not coming back. How many years no one of the Ilaje ní Ondo State? We have the resources, but we do not have the technology to turn it around. Mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Abike Dabiri. Ó wá ń sọ̀rọ̀, ó ní the diaspora are doing very well. Ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dárúkọ different, I'm sure some of you have seen the video. She started talking about different Nigerians that are doing very well in America. And we have a lot of them. But the question is, do you think that they will relocate or they will go back to Nigeria? Because if they go back and invest in Nigeria, let's give it for argument's sake. Mo kí ẹ̀yin Yonkan. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, mo kí bàbá wa Sam Oyebayo. Mo kí gbogbo ìlànà. They are walking around the club. Everybody is playing a different role. The reason that was changed jáde ni pé this is our profession. This is what we do. Some Yoruba people that are working behind the scene. There's no way you can see them. Nigeria do not have what it takes to transform itself. So if Abike Dabiri is presenting the best brains of Nigerians to the president during the United Nations General Assembly, I am not talking about the Oluwole 75th, the Oluwole 75th Universal Human Rights, tí àwọn Dagboru lọ tó wá presented. I understand some of you don't want me to talk about them, which is okay. But we must continue to highlight that Dupe Onitiri will be the biggest fraudster of this generation. She knows that. She watched me all the time. Mo gbọ́ bàbá Èkìtì tó ń ṣe program kan lọ, mo ń gbọ́ lórí Mass B, mo ti gbọ́ tán. Ó máa dí pẹ̀lú gbogbo wa, ó ti dí pẹ̀lú àwọn family ọkọ ẹ̀. If it's truly that you married to Abiola, lọ dí pẹ̀lú family ọkọ ẹ̀ náà, olóṣì. Ìwọ tó ì tí dí pẹ̀lú family ọkọ ẹ ló fẹ́ wá dí pẹ̀lú àwa orí ọ̀pẹ rárá. Tí wọ́n bá ní ó gba country, ó ní láti pàdé wa ní UK. So anywhere fún wa ká pàdé ẹ, ó lè tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe because you are a ghost. Dupe Onitiri ghost nìyẹn. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ ghost must be dealt with. Tiẹ̀ díẹ̀ ló kù. Calm down ní September ti tán nísìn, a máa mú October, bó ṣe máa lọ títí nìyẹn, tó bá máa fi di December, ẹlòmíì nínú yín tẹ̀ ń tẹ̀lé wọn, ẹ máa kú sínú ilé heart attack ló máa pa yín because expectation tẹ̀ ń wá yẹn ẹ̀ nírí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́dọ̀ Dábírí Arẹwà. Àwọn ará Kòròdú ọ̀gá, mo kí gbogbo yín níbẹ̀. Ọlọ́run bá wa foríjì Mohbad, kọ́lọ́n fọ́run kẹ́, kó dúró ti family ẹ̀. Now, let's come back to Abike Dabirerewa. Abike told Bola Tinubu that the best brain of Nigerians are waiting for him so that they can come back home. I'm sure they told Jonathan the same thing. I'm sure the same Abike Dabiri told Buhari the same thing, because she's the diaspora commission or whatever appointment often. So she's still running the same appointment. She's very good in what she does. And not Abike Dabiri mo. Ṣé mọ̀ pé NTA News ó ti wà tipẹ́ o. So she's not new to the system. The same thing to sọ fún Buhari for 8 years. President Buhari, these are the best Nigerians and they are ready to work with you. Irọ́, for where? Work with who? Àwọn yẹn ti agbọ́n. They will go there because how can you work with a government that is not honest? There's no way. You want to work with a government that is not honest, that is not open, that is phantom in corruption? Abike Dabiri knows what I'm talking about. So how do you expect those Nigerians to bring their hard-earned currency? I am not saying you shouldn't invest in Nigeria. That is not my job here. If you still have the means to invest in Nigeria, that is entirely up to you, not me. I, Olayomi Koiki, I will not invest in Nigeria. Itiba mani mo pay invest, I am giving it away. If I think that I want to give somebody something, I am not expecting anything back. Because how are they going to survive with the current climate going on in Nigeria today? How are they going to do it? Because we know that the current situation in Nigeria is very, very tough for any businesses, especially a small, medium enterprise. Any small, medium enterprise today will not survive in Nigeria in another 1 year. And think about any sector. Whether you are into, most of you are into properties. Macaulay is one of the best ways to keep money. But to be honest with you, the current situation in Nigeria, I pray whatever your investment are in Nigeria today, I hope that you can recoup the money back even after 10 years. I don't want to say 2 years because, you must be thinking of a long-term business. Long-term business is the only way that you can make a return. But you can't say Wanile. I don't know what happened to the TikTok. It actually ended, but I've connected back. Investing in a country that doesn't have security, you are taking a big gamble. Again, your glasses me there. If I follow comment, you are taking a very, very big gamble. But we have just almost an hour. As soon as it's 1 hour, then we're going to start doing our note comparison. What are we doing right now that you think is wrong? No, we are not doing anything wrong. We are trying to engage those that we need to engage, which are the politicians. I understand a lot of people say, take your message and let them go and take it to the House of Assembly. Okay, but the question is, are they really honest to take our message? Say what we're honest. Let's get message we want the self-determination. And one thing you must understand is self-determination is an inalienable right. And that right will be respected by the present administration, just as the Scottish people are asking as well.
Other countries were refused at first, but we have to remember, and this is a really important point, that self-determination is an inalienable international right and a law as well. And other countries will recognise Scotland's democratic choice expressed at the ballot box. They will recognise that because that is the route that many other countries have taken in order to become independent. And just to make that point, that international law is very pragmatic on that point, so we should have confidence in that.
And we come back again. A very good afternoon. Let me appreciate every single one of you, from all our grandmas to the Biafras in the house that are listening and watching us, to the non-Biafras, to the Northerners. We love you. We appreciate you. We are not saying we want to break away from Nigeria so that we can become enemies. No, we want to break away from Nigeria so that we can be able to have a better opportunity among ourselves. We can trade. The process of self-determination is not, I'm going to first go on that before we touch on all these, Nigeria communities are afraid to dialogue with the bandits. This is coming from the defense minister. So let me first go straight. Let's listen again to Yerima. Yerima is the governor of Zamfara state. This is what he said, and then we're going to move because I want to focus the conversation about this around later. I'm going to take it off. I want to focus more now. Oh, again, the Google Chrome is playing out again today. Let's see. Let's bring it back up again. So let's listen to
you can dramatically lower
Yerima. I have to close some of these. Yeah, it's back on the screen. Now let's listen to Yerima again.
Bandits. I'm just proposing a solution to banditry in Nigeria. The bandits, a lot of them have been killed. A lot of them have been arrested. And I'm not saying that government should just continue to just negotiate indefinitely. No, I said invite them. There are people who repent in all religions. Islam, Christianity, Judaism. You find that God himself who created us, once you repent after committing offenses, after committing sin, he forgives you. So there is no way you can say Nigerians should not be forgiven for if they repent. If they repent, they should be rehabilitated and integrated into society. And then measures will be taken to avoid the occurrence of this menace. But if they don't, like I said, the government has enough power, enough resources. The military security have enough capacity. Nigerian security, I have confidence in them that they have capacity with the political will and support of government to handle this matter.
Well, you've had him there. We don't have to waste too much energy and time on that. It's the same rhetorics again. This was another one in 2022. Dialogue with the bandit to allow each free voting in Zamfara. So that same Zamfara, something seems to be there that they are trying to protect. They want enough gold in it. I don't know. I'm going to do the comparison. Let me first appreciate as many of you, Timothy Reed. If I'm going to call the name, that means I've probably picked up on your comment. All our regulars, as usual. Most importantly, my mom. Thank you so much, those of you on the TikTok. I am not here to condemn or bring any of you down as Nigerians. I am here to educate and enlighten you on the reason why we must continue to ask for a better Nigeria. For those of you that want a better Nigeria, which we know that you're not going to get, but for those of us that want self-determination, we want you to understand it as well. So thank you so much. Mukiba, Prophet John Ogundele, you say good afternoon, sir. Mr. Oladele Owolabi, two names I always love to appreciate. Iwa Pelwewa, a very beautiful sister, Sister Temi Ati Yoge. Babawa John Ogundele say Yoruba independent very, very soon by God's grace. I don't want people to come and call on this program and say, even if Jesus come, even if Anobi come, I've told us not to be using those narratives. If you don't believe in Jesus, there's no problem. But please, Emma, I can't knock it down. Whether we like it or not, it is not about just religion. There are so many factors that is holding Nigeria together. Religion is one of them. There's no doubt about it. But I don't want us to always come on this my platform and say, Jesus Obawa, Nigeria, use somebody else. O lè ní kí bàbá Tinubu bá padà wá, wọ́n lè tún Nàìjíríà ṣe. O lè ní kí Babangida bá padà wá, kódà o lè ní kí Obama bá wá. But I don't want us to use Jesus or Anobi. If you put that under when I'm doing my program, I'm going to cut you off quickly so that we don't want to disrespect the Christian. We are Yoruba people. We love our religion. There's no doubt about it. That is why they are building big churches, even though the country doesn't have factory, doesn't have production center. But that is the problem why we are saying Tabani country to share. There will still be a religion center. But we will move more with technology as well. So, I appreciate him about John Ogundele. A lot of you, we are not giving you money. You are here. 3 hours maximum is what we try to do. It costs a lot of money. No, Grandma Ronke, Lee Ajayi Mukima. Thank you so much. Pastor Joseph Mukibo, pastors were in the house. Ijaya, Igbodada, TJ Baba, Shoji Walenushe, Oti Paguru Lonti, America, over $1 money, kilo shele. Cash up me, Oshisha. Anyway, Saturday, I'm going to share fundraising for koikimedia. Fundraising tèmi ni o. So, ẹ lọ tọ́jú owó pamọ́. Aziz, Mama Kenny Bububa. Mommy mi, beauty àmọ̀ pé ṣàlàfíà lẹ́wà mà mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ti Muslim Association of Nigeria mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin alásàlátù káàkiri ní gbogbo UK ní gbogbo àgbáyé ẹ wà l'Amẹ́ríkà mo kí yín gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ Nigerian community a kí yín mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ẹni Tinubu máa ṣe okay ó ti wà níbẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ ní kẹ́ máa padà bọ̀ nílé and I'm not sure whether some of you wants to go back home I will advise you not to bí a kẹ́ fún ní time there kẹ́ tó think of going back Nigeria is not working at the moment mo kí bàbá wa ìfẹ́ ìmọ́lẹ̀ Jamal 419 orúkọ yín lágbára kábíyèsí lójúmọ́ Jamiu mo kí yín ìjẹ̀sìn kan mo gbé dání kọ́lọ́n kó bá wa wà pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n ń jàjà ẹ̀sìn we have more problem to deal with we have a lot of things to work with mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lórí IG ẹni tí bá dárúkọ mo fojú pa yín rẹ́ Grandma Awoniyi Femi Bright ẹ̀yin tèmi mo kí gbogbo ilé nǹkan sí àwọn tèmi ní gbogbo orí Mixlr tí bá ti kí bẹ́ẹ̀ I'm now going to go into the presentation mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Adékúnlé plenty how you dey now mo kí Akeem Ayọ̀délé àwọn koikimedia team without them there is not Koiki support us anyway tá bá tẹ̀ raise owó dáadáa níjọ́ Saturday tí bá rí gbówó yẹn wà okay ẹ̀mí náà àrówó fún wọn lẹ́nijọ́ mẹ́ta we're struggling with the platform and I got to be honest with you financially the platform is struggling and the reason why it's struggling is not because of anything it's because owó tí ó yẹ kí YouTube san fún mi wọ́n sọ́nà gbogbo fídíò mi tẹ̀kàn wò àwọn kan dẹ̀ ti lo fídíò yẹn adẹnikẹ́ máa ṣì lò náà ni I've never flagged any of my videos because I want my message to travel I know what I do I've given you the statistics every month but we still want our reach and we can only do that reach if our team has a good phone they need good phones gbogbo wọn complain phones gbogbo wọn ti damage they need good phones they did a lot of things so that we can keep it going so Agbaje Wasiu mo kí wa àwọn GR1 solution center yeye dára kòwé ẹ wà lórí ètò mo rí yìí ni mo ti kọ́kọ́ júbà yín the publicity secretary YSDM nìyẹn mo rẹ̀ kí sister wa náà podium nìyẹn ìyá àgbàlagbà mo ń follow yín níjọ́ Sunday náà ẹ ṣé gan ni yeye dára kòwé presentation yeye dára ìyàtọ̀ tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú tèmi ni pé wọ́n gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa àwọn ọmọ bó ṣe máa lo àwọn Yorùbá yẹn èmi English máa fi bá ti ń jẹ́ máa ju Yorùbá kéékèèké sínú ẹ̀ thank you so much we spoke together she called me anyway so that is a private conversation Yorùbá nation leader bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹnìkan péré ni bàbá Akíntóyè ni tó bá tẹ́ yín lọ́rùn mo sọ fún yín pé ẹ lọ sójú ẹlẹ́gba ẹ lè tira yín ẹ má kíyàn kan tí ẹ kàn jábọ́ sórí bíríìjì ni tó bá mọ̀ nípa YSDM a máa gbé yèyé dára wá wọ́n máa bá a sọ̀rọ̀ as a publicity secretary kí ni wọ́n ń ṣe lọ ibo lọ́ bá ṣẹ́ dé a lot of you ní ká jáde fún rally gbogbo kíní ẹ̀ náà ní the panic kò fẹ́ gbẹ́ kakọ̀ jáde gbùrùgbùrùgbùrùgbùrù the last outing was January 9 a lot of things is going to work go there gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní group lórí WhatsApp group mo ń bẹ̀ yín ni ṣe rí block of people ìlú yóò ní 2 heads is better than 1 mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní different group yẹn get in touch tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ reach out sí YSDM I'm sure pé ìyídára máa ní nọ́mbà tí kò ń jẹ́ private tó jẹ́ public tẹ́lẹ̀ fi reach wọn wá mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa join wọ́n kúkú ní kẹ́ mówó wá kọ́kọ́ lè sọ pé 7 kò ń ṣe gbogbo jágbàjàgbà tí Dúpẹ́ ṣe là ń sọ yìí o Dúpẹ́ ò létò kankan kò ní ètò kankan máa dẹ̀ fún yín ní instances of where we have worked with ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà Amẹ́ríkà wọ́n ní rédíò mo ń bọ̀ let me first start ìlànà rédíò Yorùbá World Media I launch radio so shortwave radio wà so there's a lot of work that is going on so tẹ́ bá ní ẹ gbọ́ is because ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ ni ìrọ̀lẹ́ pa rédíò kan lélẹ̀ yìí sí is an online tá bá ní rédíò online ni ìyàtọ̀ eléyìí pẹ̀lú ti Yorùbá Nation Radio tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn tí àwọn sisters àtàwọn ìtọ́fin ni mo kówó jẹ rántí bọ̀ adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run pé àkówó yẹn jẹ ó kọ́ yẹ pé ó rí bó ṣe rí ni but eventually it came back on orí ẹ̀ lọ ti ṣe so much program ní over the weekend àwọn tó yẹ kẹ́ follow lélẹ̀ yàtọ̀ sí àwọn tẹ́ ń follow àwọn yèyé dára ọmọlúkà nǹkan kan you must also be able to know that there is a lot of activity that is going on kò kúkú ṣe pé a fẹ́ ṣe kọ́kọ́ ju pé we want the best for ourselves and that's the okay continue here So website yẹn lélẹ̀ no ilé òtẹ́tí jáde. So the Yoruba shortwave radio yẹn mo mọ tó ṣe. I'm not really finding my YouTube, my Google Chrome working as much. Òun lélẹ̀ ẹ lọ download the apps yẹn. At least ẹ ṣì save data díẹ̀díẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ fi máa gbọ́ shortwave radio ilé. These are part of what we have been doing in 3 years. Lábẹ́ bàbá Akíntóyè. Bàbá yẹn tá bá pè nísìn, a wá sọ̀rọ̀. Tẹ́ bá pe Dúpẹ́, kò ní jáde. Inú darkness ló wà. Ẹ wá fẹ́ compare mo kí gbọ́ ìta wà lórí TikTok dáadáa. Princess Ọmọ́wùnmí mo kí yín mà. Princess ò kí ń ṣe pet name o. Ẹ bá ń gbọ́ princess àti prince. Wọ́n ní relationship tó link mọ́ ìdílé ọba ni o. Èèyàn kan pè é ní princess o, má pè é ní princess tó bá ṣe princess o. Kò ń ṣe nickname o. Alan Conde mo kí yín. Tí bá ti wọnú ètò mo nílé padà láti máa ṣe kíkí yẹn ìyẹn mo ṣe pé yanjú ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan nísìn. Ìyá mi Ìyábọ̀ Olúbùnmi mo rí ìyá wa Àjàlá Ọmọlára ó tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta tí mo ti rí wọn. So mo kí Americana mo kí gbogbo yín ní gbogbo local government. We have 191 local government. How do we deliver the message? How do we let people know? Ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ pé àwọn Scotland náà fẹ́ lọ. This is a Scottish referendum. Àwọn náà ti gba referendum rí, but ẹmọ tí conservative ṣe fún wọn. And I want to speak a bit of English, because not everybody understand, good Yoruba. But mo mọ̀ pé fẹ́ ká máa sọ Yoruba, which I am trying. One thing we got to understand is, táwọn èèyàn wá bá mọ̀ pé ìlú kan wà, wọ́n pè ní UK. Everybody knows UK, at least to some extent. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí YouTube, àwọn àdárúkọ yín. Mo dẹ̀ kí ìyá mi dáadáa. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Alájà Bàrúwà, gbogbo yín pátápátá, gbogbo ẹ̀yin màmá dáadáa tẹ́ ń fàdúrà ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin Mrs. Janet Fashaki and the rest. So let's now come back because we have done just 1 hour, 12 minutes. So let's go into the full program now. Mo kí mọ́mí wa Bọ́sẹ̀dé. Bishop Adesina, thank you so much. And let's now focus back on the program. Hey, Temilo Remixella, thank you so much. Many Nigerians should be asking that, why do Scottish people want their own independent country? If we are able to understand that, it will be very easy with the journey that we done. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ìyẹn ọlápẹ̀rẹ̀ ní princess àbí prince tó ìṣọmọ ọba. You dey whine me ni. You dey whine me. So, and I want to do what we call comparison. At the moment, Nigeria do not have the 1999 constitution that have a referendum on it. 1999 constitution. It does not have it. The 1999 constitution created what we are calling the Fourth Nigerian Republic, a federation with democratic rule. My question is, are we running a democratic rule? It remains in force today, but with amendment. The 1999 constitution identifies the national capital with 36 states, with 774 local government. But in Yoruba territory, out of that 774, we have 191, according to my statistics. State. So one thing we got to understand is, if you say that we should keep Nigeria, this constitution must be dissolved. That is the first thing. But they do not want to they dissolve the constitution here. What they have been doing is what they call amending the constitution. You cannot amend the 1999 constitution. It is not possible. Let's do some quick Google search. What country have changed the constitution? Let's look at it. We're just going to do Google search. Now, I'm going to go on the news, because news normally for me, I won't do it in the details. Let me bring my screen a little bit to... Do you know that 3 weeks ago, this is 3 weeks ago, Bharat versus India. Bharat versus India. Tó bá ti rí CNBC, àwọn ní owó tó pọ̀. Àwọn media tó ń play different narrative ni. Why is Bharat versus India? Constitution expert spar over what will take to change the name of a country. Nigerians think that when we say we should dissolve Nigeria, we should disintegrate Nigeria, they think that we are calling for war. No. I understand that I can put on this kind of outfit. My rhetorics can be in the direction that, but why do I want a war? But the first thing is to avoid any conflict of interest in Nigeria. We should bring down the constitution. Let's bring the constitution down. Mokiba Yami Omolara Ayo. Mama Kinlen Kontiban Pick and Urukoyen. Shegun the Mighty, thank you so much. Now, let's read this quickly. Let's read it quickly. The government is already, this is the government of India. The government is already convening a special section of the parliament from September 18 to 22, and the resolution is likely to be taken up. It is believed that the government is renaming the country so as to avoid confusion with opposition bloc, which has named itself India. The question is, can India be renamed to Bharat? B-H-A-R-A-T. Bravo Hotel Alpha Romeo Alpha Tango. When I was in Nigeria, Bravo, Mako Bravo Sile. Tobani Romeo, Mako Romeo Sile. Tobani came to perform. No. I don't any. But in Nigeria, B for ball, D for dodo, F for fish. Acronym. So that is for that. Let's go back and see if another country have decided to pull down their constitution. Let's look at this again. This was 6th of April, 2023. We are not talking about 30 years ago. We are not talking about 10 years ago. We are giving you example within the current 2023. The question is, why is Nigeria not ready to pull down the 1999 constitution? Because by pulling down that constitution, I think I have something on my website that Dr. Aliu, kudos to him. Program Nijo Sunday, one of our best. Let's look at what Dr. Aliu told us during some of the work he has done in the past. Go from me, you don't have any problem. Laura, let me take down the YSDM for now. Let me take down this one. I think that should be under document, Yoruba document file. So go on my website, www.koikimedia.com. Dr. Aliu, I've been able to break it down, and I'm going to explain it in the layman. What drop it down a little bit. Okay. History of the Yoruba people. You can download it from my website. 519. I don't think some of you understand. Gbogbo àwọn àjàkálẹ̀ virus yẹn mo rí tó ń bú Ìgbòho lánàá náà nínú program ẹ̀. Àwọn yẹn wọ̀ kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà. So àwa la kàn ń dárúkọ wọn lórí platform táwọn yẹn ẹlòmíì máa bèrè tí bá bèrè lọ́wọ́ tó wà lórí TikTok ní mi tálẹ́mọ̀ tó ń jẹ́ àjàkálẹ̀ Florence. Àwọn máa bínú pé ta ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ Koiki. They don't know. But tí bá níta ló mọ Ìgbòho nísìnyí wọ́n á ní ṣèjú wọ́n ló ti Ìgbòho pa. Wọ́n máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. I'm very sure àwọn ọmọ kékeré wọn máa ń bá mi jà gan. Wọ́n á ní ṣèjú ìgbà tó jí gbogbo owó tó ti Ìgbòho pa ló sáré padà sí London. But the problem is the problem today. How can you compare Baba Akintoye that started writing the draft of the history of Yoruba in 1977? What it be and one compare pẹ̀lú Dúpẹ́ 419? I don't understand. So you can go on the website, you'll be able to see. If we have more work, more resources, website will come out updated. Though we are writing blogs every day. So now, frequently asked question. Baba Ropore àti àwọn YNN, which is Sister Buki, and we'll all pull it together. Frequently asked question. The reason why I want to compare the no is when people say the Yoruba people have not done enough, the question is the same thing then Kaloda on Scottish people, because the Scottish people have what they call a consultation paper. The consultation paper is just like a template which Baba Akintoye also wrote out. Sorry, the first page of my website. Baba Akintoye wrote a 35-page template how the Yoruba people should exit Nigeria. But because of Awon Lote, they are not ready to follow the man. wọ́n fẹ́ destroy máa yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ pa integrity wọn náà bá Tinubu ṣiṣẹ́ kí ni bàbá Akintoye fẹ́ gain by working with Tinubu Tinubu tí àwa mọ̀ dáadáa ní London àwọn tó ń gbé ní UK mọ̀ àṣegbè tó máa lọ ń drop èèyàn kan sí inú meeting that was some years back ó ti pẹ́ gan àṣé Tinubu wà lára àwọn tí ó sọ fún àwọn tí wọ́n jọ ṣe government tó ń jọ ń prepare nígbà tó fẹ́ padà because Tinubu spent 4 years outside Nigeria ó dẹ̀ lo more of those years ní UK bíbá gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jọ ṣe AD ẹni mo parọ́ mọ́ Tinubu nígbà tó ní kó máa padà bọ̀ tí ó di Lagos State Governor kí ló fún yín ẹ máa tanra yín this is Baba Akintoye template ẹni tó bá lóun ò mọ kí ni agbédání mo bẹ̀ yín again lórí program yìí èní lẹ máa gbọ́ ní ọ̀túnla lẹ máa gbọ́ ní any day tẹ bá gbọ́ èní ní 26 of September wíìkì ló máa parí September lágbára Elédùmarè aago 7:00 ó kọjá ìṣẹ́jú 9 èmi náà ti gbọ́ Yorùbá díẹ̀ àwa máa sọ pé 9 minutes past 1500 hours àwọn military ló máa ń lo 1500 hours because it's a 24 hours club but a layman ló máa ń lo 12 hours so tá bá ní 1500 Koiki kí ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ it just means 3 p.m. time kan náà lájọ wà ní Nàìjíríà tí o bá gbọ́ program yìí tí o bá fẹ́ mọ ibi tí Baba Akintoye ti gbé jáde pé ọ̀nà tá a máa gbà the noble path for the goal to Yoruba nation ó wà lórí page mi lórí website www.koikimedia kò sí s níbẹ̀ o .com Koiki yẹn is spelled Koikimedi lọ síbẹ̀ lọ download ẹ̀ kí wọn náà kó wá kà kó sọ́kẹ̀ in kó wá béèrè pé ṣé bàbá yìí ò tí gbé kí ni ìyàtọ̀ tí Scotland gbé jáde why are we trying to destroy something that is a fact website ti àwọn Scottish lélẹ̀ nísìn mo fẹ́ gbé ìdáhùn náà kọ síta a consultation mo fẹ́ gbé that particular let's open it where is the summary of the consultation question mo ṣe máa padà sí 1999 constitution o I just want many people to ń gbọ́ wa lẹ́nìí to understand that we have done exactly what is meant to be done and the work is still continuity. Associate downloadable document. Mo fẹ́ gbé ti Scottish yẹn jáde. Consultation. Let's look at the summary. Okay, it's not bringing. I should be able to find it. Where is it? Kuma was a PDF. Kind of see the highlight here. Okay. Download for the iPad, Android, or ebook. Okay, let's download it. 1 minute. All right, let me do something again. Let's go back. I gotta find this. Scottish. Read the consultation paper. So why can't we see it here? Bolowa. All right, let me do another search on it quickly. Kuma one there. Yeah, the draft referendum bill. Where is it? Bam, bam, bam. I want to open it. Yeah, read it here. Okay, it's not there. Why is it not there? Has it been moved or what? Alternative, go to that. Yeah, that's it. Technology. We will come back to this. Put your mind now and ask the question. They have drafted a referendum bill. Baba Akintoye has also, we can say, have drafted a way out of Nigeria that would not have any impact. Tó máa pààyàn, tó máa pa ilé, tó máa jó ilé, tá máa jó police station, tá máa destroy because people are concerned that Koiki bó ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí bí ìgbà tẹ́ fẹ́ destroy ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni. But tẹ́ bá lọ kan tí Baba Akintoye sọ, a manual of the Yoruba self-determination struggle for the Yoruba self-determination to advocate at home and in the diaspora. So what everybody should have been doing is you print this one, ẹ wá study it. Kí la wá máa lò níbẹ̀? How do we communicate with our representative in anywhere in Africa? Yes, you can do so. How do we do this? How do we do that? But these were part of what we were doing until Tinubu dé tó wá ní bàbá yẹn ò ní template. Àwa ń wò pé bàbá yẹn ò ní template bí báwo. This man has been giving us the direction. Lára direction yẹn ni àwọn bàbá àwọn Dr. Aliu jáde. Dr. Aliu lọ kọ kí ló ń pè the 1999 constitution question and answer pẹ̀lú Sister Bukky. The question then is Dúpẹ́dé kò fún yín ní reference point kankan, kò fún yín ní paper kankan. Ṣebí paper lẹ́ ń wò yín nísìn pẹ̀lú àwọn ti Scottish tí mo ṣí ẹ jẹ́ ká close eléyìí kó má máa confuse wa. Òun lélẹ̀ consultation on a draft referendum bill. Tí bá kà nísìn in May 2016 the current Scottish government was elected with a clear mandate. Ẹ gbọ́ bí bá dáadáa. This is what many Nigerians must understand. Can we get the same kind of Nigerian government or the Nigerian politicians? Let me put it that way. Not Nigerian government. The politicians. Do you think that Peter Obi would have given you a referendum if he was the president? Do you think that Atiku would have given you a referendum? Do you think that Bola Tinubu will give you a referendum? But the Scottish government, the mandate for being elected was very clear. That the Scottish Parliament should have, no, let me take that again. In May 2016, the current Scottish government was elected with a clear mandate that the Scottish Parliament should have the right to hold an independent referendum if there was a clear and sustained evidence that the independent had become the preferred option of majority of the Scottish people, or if there was a significant and material change in the circumstances that led in 2014, such as the Scotland being taken out of the EU against their will. If we were in the regional government, our government would be the one telling the remaining regional government that we want to pull out. But because we are no longer in the regional government, we are practicing a fraudulent system. It is difficult now because the politicians do not want to pull you out. They want to keep you in that contraction so that your life will not go further. Let me read that again. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ gbọ́ bí ó dùn mí pé màá ṣe àyàn ìgbépọ̀ ẹ̀ níwọ̀nba tí mo ní understanding ẹ̀ ní Yorùbá tí mo kọ́ ní school. Ní ọdún 2016, ìjọba Scotland tí wọ́n elect lórí pé election tó fi elect wọn ni pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ hold the referendum, independent referendum. Ìdí tó dẹ̀ ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ hold ẹ̀ ni pé tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ìlú wọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ Scottish tó bá ti lè sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ independent, ó ti di dandan pé kí wọ́n fún wọn ní referendum. But ìdí tí wọ́n fún wọn ní referendum kò ń ṣe Scottish Parliament ní kò fún wọn ní referendum. England, àwọn Westminster, àwọn London ilé yẹn, because wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó bá fún wọn ní referendum lẹ́nìí, the Scottish people will pull out, and that will be the end of the union. So now, wọ́n wá ń gbé lọ sí court, and what they've done is, Sherry Parliament yẹn is a very, báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀? Sherry Parliament ẹ̀rín yẹn, wọ́n bí yàn kan ṣe ṣàlàyé fún mi nígbà kan, àwọn kọ́kọ́ wà níbẹ̀. Sherry gbogbo bá ṣe ń pariwo, Yoruba Nation now níwájú wọn yẹn, they are not going to give the go ahead because inú Parliament yẹn gangan ni wọ́n ti enrich the amalgamation. The 1914 amalgamation tí gbogbo wa ń pariwo, it was concluded, it was confirmed right inside the Parliament. So Parliament wá ti náà wọn clause kan, they are not going to change anything anytime soon. And this is why we are saying that, okay, if they're not going to change anything, we can push the dialogue, but if our politicians if they are supporting us, trust me, the country will dissolve. But behind the scene, the politicians will be told not to listen to those that are campaigning, just like the Scottish people are now pushing their own parliament against the will of the English parliament. That English only hold them down when they want to leave the union. The union was put together. Let's see, when did Scotland join the UK? They've been together since 1707. As of 1707, there was nothing called Nigeria. We already have our own Yoruba kingdom. The Act of the Union was passed by the English and the Scottish Parliament. The same Scottish is now telling the English that we do not want to be part of this union anymore. But the English is now super. One super. Fún mi lórí ìbò ìdáwà lórí platform. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà. Kí ni English ń try láti ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn? English ń gbé ẹsẹ̀ lé orí Scottish pé àní jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ. And that is creating a friction. That is creating a problem. Àbọ̀rọ̀mọ̀yé nísìn, ẹ farabalẹ̀ o. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ní 1707, unions kan ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin English àti Scottish. They were different people. Wọ́n wá decide pé to be after tó ti jà, there was a lot of war. Ẹ lọ àwọn movies kan, àwọn movies kan wà tó yẹ pé they are very terrible movies. But gbogbo ìgbà tó wá jà títí. Báwa náà ṣe jà tó máa ní àwọn Yorùbá jà títí. Yes, suppress them. Ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ti pro DRS. Báwo ni gbogbo Woolwich? Wọ́n suppress wọn. Mo ní ìdàtẹ́gùn díẹ̀. A dẹ̀ ní láti push ẹ̀ kó tó di pé àwọn ọmọléèwé máa dé. Wọ́n suppress wọn nísìnyí. Reason tó dẹ̀ ṣe ń suppress wọn. Parliament ti máa ń lọ yẹn, ti máa ń ya picture níwájú ẹ̀. Àwọn ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Because Parliament ti fi àwọn clause kan síbẹ̀. Àwọn clause yẹn mí pé kò sí bí Scotland ṣe náà fẹ́ lọ nísìn tó máa láwọn kan lọ. And this is the reason why it is difficult as well in Nigeria, because àwọn olóṣèlú kọ́ ni wọ́n join wa together. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́gbọ́ bíbá. Àwọn olóṣèlú kọ́ ló join ní Nigeria together. Parliament, tá bá ní Parliament, kẹ́ lè rí picture ẹ̀ kẹ́ mọ̀ bí nǹkan tí wọ́n pè ní Parliament. Tá bá ní Parliament, UK Parliament. UK kò ní ṣe passport. This is what I'm talking about. Building yìí. Building yìí gangan ló lock in Nigeria together. Lugard ni wọ́n kọ́ lò torí pé òun ni governor administrator. Wọ́n ti wá fi àwọn clause nígbà tí wọ́n amalgamate wa. Wọ́n ní tó bá pé 100 years. Àwọn kan ní kò sí kankan tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀. The question is whether nǹkan wà tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí kò jọ bẹ́ẹ̀. A ní àfẹ́ union yìí mọ́. Union yìí ò work. Ṣèbí nígbà tí union yìí àárín àwọn EU àti UK. After 35 years, UK ló wọ́n bá ṣe mọ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ vote ní 2016, wọ́n dẹ̀ lọ. Wọ́n wá parọ́ fáwọn ọmọ Scotland. Ibi tí wàhálà ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní sí pẹ̀lú àwọn àti English nìyẹn o. Ìtí wọ́n sí David Cameron promise wọn pé tí wọ́n bá dúró sínú inú tó bá vote against the mo fẹ́ get àárín yẹn. Nígbà tí wọ́n máa deceive àwọn Scotland. Wọ́n náà wọ́n máa remain in European Union. Wọ́n pull out. Now, àwọn Scotland wọ́n sọ pé for the fact that you pull out from that union, ẹ rí pé nínú nǹkan tí mo kà ní bíbáyìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sí bíbáyìí again. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sí bíbáyìí. After tí wọ́n ní by 2014, mo fẹ́ kà níbi tó ti máa ní understanding. Let's start all over again. In 2016, the current Scottish government was elected with a clear mandate that the Scottish Parliament should have the right to hold an independent referendum if there was a clear and sustained evidence. Kí ni clear? Àwọn ọmọ ọdún náà wọ́n ṣe mọ́, wọ́n fẹ́ lọ. Kí ni àwọn apariwo nísìn? Àná fẹ́ lọ. Bàbá kí tó yẹ mú template jáde. Àwọn olóṣèlú náà wọ́n fẹ́ template yẹn. Nítorí pé wọ́n fẹ́ remain into that same amalgamation tí Britain create fún wa. Now, independence had become the preferred option of majority of the Scottish people. Or if there was a significant and material change in the circumstances. Cherry in life, ìlú ìmọ̀ like jù. Nígbà tí mo fi ṣe ìwé mi, kò sí nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé o ní good application. As long as the circumstances are about to change. Tí circumstances are about to change, then UK immigration law ó gbọ́dọ̀ factor circumstances ẹ̀ mọ́. Kí ló ń pè ní circumstances? It could be anything. It could be anything from nígbà tí mo dé ìlú mo ti lọ́mọ. That means pé ìgbà tí mo bímọ circumstances mi ti change. So kí ló ń fà á tí Yorùbá fi ń sọ pé a fẹ́ lọ ẹlòmíà ní ẹ torí Fúlàní circumstances nìyẹn. Kí ló ń fà á tí Yorùbá náà fẹ́ lọ nítorí pé àjọṣepọ̀ wa àti àwọn North kò fẹ́ dán mọ́rán circumstances nìyẹn. Now, kí ló wá dé táwọn olóṣèlú wọ̀ pé accept the circumstances here? They must be able to accept the circumstances so that we can be able to move the country further. But they don't want to do that. Number one, wọ́n ní ẹ dissolve 1999 constitution, wọ́n náà wọ́n lè ṣe, mo kàn tún gbé yín padà sẹ́yìn díẹ̀ ni. Ẹ ti get àárín yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé rí circumstances pé UK promise àwọn ará Scotland pé we will remain in the EU. But kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà tó vote? Àwọn English, àwọn Gẹ̀ẹ́sì, àwọn smart. Àwọn ará Scotland, àwọn vote pé àwọn ò ní lọ nígbà tó ń ṣe EU referendum. everybody tó wà ní Scotland campaign táwọn fi vote ni pé the same àwọn English máa remain in the member of the European Union. Reason tó dẹ̀ ṣe fún wọn ní access because of vote ni pé when a government says something, the government must fulfill it. Ṣé Boris Johnson ló promise wa ní the referendum fún exit of the EU? I think it was Boris Johnson or either Cameron. I can't remember now. But I'm sure somebody is going to remind me. Nígbà tí wọ́n ti promise wa pé àwọn máa fún wa ní option. Yes, èmi náà vote nílùú yìí. Yes or no? Do you want to remain in EU? Àwa kan ní yes, we want to remain. Àwọn kan sọ pé no. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wò. Báwo lọ ṣe win ẹ̀? UK exit from EU result. Kí ni result ẹ̀ ń gbé jáde? Nígbà tí result máa jáde lórí referendum, okay, ṣé gan ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ti put DRS. Mo láwọn tó jẹ́ backup mi. David Cameron promised everybody under the United Kingdom, apart from the Northern Ireland, because the Northern Ireland are on their own. Ó wá promise pé òun máa fún wa ní referendum so that ká kúkú clear ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Why is the Nigerian politician running away from referendum? Because giving us a referendum will determine whether we should be remain as Nigerians or not. Ẹ má bínú. Má pè mí ní sẹ́mu àlọ́ live program. Má tún return call yẹn again, please. Boys, no man ṣiṣẹ́. So, I hope you're understanding. Why are they scared of a referendum? You don't like each other? Then give a referendum. If we vote and the referendum failed, okay, then we might review it again. But you have not even given a referendum because why? The 1999 fraudulent constitution does not have a referendum clause. If it does not have a referendum clause, can we pull it down? It is possible. North Macedonia's slate scandalous Bulgarian push for a role in constitutional change. This was April 6, 2023. There is no way we cannot change the constitution, but the honesty of your fraudulent politicians do not want the 1999 constitution to change. And as long as Nigeria remain using that same, whether some say it's the 1963 unitary constitution, that constitution is biased. Ìyẹn mo kọ́kọ́ fi lọ wájà dé lẹ́ẹ̀kan kó tó rí pé a divert lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Dr. Aliu tàtú padà sẹ́ẹ̀kan. I just want to, ibi tó bá yé yín níbẹ̀ ẹni Koiki, can you please rewind? Màá rewind ẹ̀ mo lè rewind. Mo fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ lọ mú reason why that constitution is biased. But all this work that we have done in 3 years, you can find it right on the YSDM or koikimedia. Don't come and be telling us the Yoruba nation has not done anything. The same thing we are doing from the paperwork, which is visible. I am not talking about the fraudulent only thing that is telling you is doing something. You cannot compare her with us. Let's go and now see. Federalism versus unitarism. Nigeria must choose one before 2023. Somebody wrote this. A very detailed, whatever. But that is not where we're going. Even we had a proposed constitution of the Orile-Ede Yoruba, as at the time we explained to you, this was put together by the Yoruba Strategic Alliance for Omoluabi Worldwide. It was a proposed constitution. Nigerian constitution is not working and it can never work. And you cannot amend something that is a fraud. Again, so when we talk about UN General Assembly, this is what you should be expecting if Dupolitiri sends somebody to United Nations General Assembly. They cannot bring anything like this out. Well, people are buying that, Baba Stephen here, because Omakwe, in Lofun was not the UN General Assembly. In Yani Koshele, ID card, listen. I am a journalist. The only thing people will need reference number me, but this is a valid press card. Any give a buy a jade, go show. Only cover and cover nínú èmi náà ṣáà ti gbọ́ wọlé kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí nísìnyí. This is my valid press card. Tí bá dé number 10 down the street, wọ́n máa ní kí n yọ, màá mú fún wọn. Wọ́n wá lọ sínú ilé, wọ́n máa lọ confirm ẹ̀ because ó ní security code ní bíbá. So bàbá tó náà lọ fún United Nations tí wọ́n wá ń jó tó ń yọ̀. I don't think some of you understand what we are talking about. You are all born bastard. So let's leave that and continue. I want to give you the reason why that 1999 constitution is a fraud. Again, wọ́n ní Bàbá Akíntóyè, mo ní kó kọ lẹ́tà sí Buhari, mo ní kó má kọ lórúkọ ẹgbẹ́, kó kọ lórúkọ rẹ̀. All this nonsense. You want to go away from Nigeria, you would address under the organization, which is self-determination, Yoruba self-determination. This letter was communicated. Ẹ̀rọ ti pé Dúpẹ́ náà send letter sí Buhari through DHL. Bí a lè máa rí yẹn lọ́la, ringtone. Pathway to Yoruba nation and its benefit. I think this is what I'm looking for. Now, let's go through this. Let's go through it. It's just 1 to 24. I'm going to move swiftly with it. Imposition of the 1999 fraudulent constitution was the first one. Number one problem. The number one problem in Nigeria is the fraudulent 1999 constitution that was put together when they were bringing the Fourth Republic that Obasanjo started with. Obasanjo never saw that constitution when he was swearing in. We the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, there is nowhere that me, Olayomi Koiki, and you were part of the people that confirm that we are satisfied with this constitution. So when they are using the word "we the people," is lies. And I think one of our fathers, I'm opening too many things on my Chrome, and I hope it holds much. Let's listen this quickly. So Tobani, we the people. Man like a video bye-bye. So Wani, we the people. This was Professor Akin Oyebode. These are learned professor, well learned, not like Osibajo, the criminal, the fraudster, Pastor Ruga. This was almost 4 years ago. Let's listen to what he has to say on the same 1999 constitution. And they will be talking about independence on October 1st. That independence is a fraud until Nigeria pull down that constitution and then add the referendum clause into it. They are not going to do that. Let's listen to this.
See, if Nigerians are complacent and they will not stand up to immoral conduct, then we justify that particular conduct. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And quite sincerely,
I'm sorry about that. This was when Nigeria was 58 years old. 58 years old. I'm sure my great-grandfather lived longer than that.
The judges too, they have part of the blame, but they don't have all the blame. The problem, I think, like the Patriots pointed out a long time ago, is that Constitution, Decree 24 of 1999, is a diktat. It's a military diktat.
Did you hear that? So if it's a military diktat, why are we still using it today? Why are we holding to something that is a military diktat? And that is why Gbajabiamila is using that, may Almighty Allah, the weight of Nigeria, because one more way, the weight of Nigeria is also enriched with the constitution. Because Bola Tinubu will not be able to do as much as they would love to do because the constitution that Nigeria is currently using is a fraud. And that is why they put everything on God. That is why they put everything and use your religious leader. This is what this crazy man told Dawo. He's a criminal, Femi Gbajabiamila, because he actually stole money that doesn't belong to him to return back to Nigeria and do politics. And he has now been banned from any law. Anyway, Walata Aniklo Tefiloshi law from anywhere in the US. He's enjoying his house in Nigeria. He has money. He doesn't need to go to US anymore. I don't think he traveled with Tinubu. He will not like any state fraudsters. Listen to him here.
The weight of Nigeria is not the weight that any normal, ordinary human being can carry.
If no normal human being can carry it, then why? It's because of this. Let's listen back again to Professor Akin Oyebode, a lawyer. Àwọn professor tó mọ̀ye, tó mọ̀ pé constitution tẹ́ ń lò yìí is a fraud. Professor Akin Oyebode is a professor of international law and jurisprudence. Bones, okay.
A long time ago, is that Constitution, Decree 24 of 1999, is a diktat.
That is why Ole Gbajabiamole, Ole Buruku Omole for. Ole ni because Ogbowo tó ń ṣòwò tiẹ̀. Don't tell me it's not Ole. Because some of you will come and defend him here now. Idiot. He actually took money that was not his own, took it to Nigeria and run politics. And after he made the money, he returned the money back. Only. 419.
It's a military diktat.
Okay.
It tells a lie against itself.
It tells a lie against itself. But Nigerians are now going round around. Oh, we are going to fix Nigeria. How are you going to fix Nigeria with what this man is talking about?
What you are brandishing as the Constitution of Nigeria is an illegitimate instrument.
If it is an illegitimate instrument, why are we still using it? Why? Because when people like this come out as a fraudster,
except with the help of Almighty Allah.
Except with the Almighty Allah. That is what Badabi Allah is telling you. So I'm going to close that. I'm not going to use everything. I want to go back again to what Dr. Aliu was able to put together. Problem number one, imposition of the 1999 fraudulent constitution. We the people, I am asking you, are you part of the people? You, what to woman? Baba mi more international moki, Yawa Grace, Olushoto Mokima. Ifeoluwa Olumide, welcome on board. I am asking anybody, are you part of those that wrote this constitution? Did you agree with it? Because we have been told that it is we the people, me, Olayomi Koiki, you Wasiu, you Buki, you Princess, you Prince, you Yawa, you Grandma. Egbomi triple DRS of no, it is not we the people. So if it is not we the people, is it possible that we pull it down? It is possible because Nigeria will not be the only country that is pulling down constitution. Let's go to another one again. Why we failed to approve a new Chilean constitution, Latin American Caribbean, Chile constitution, sweeping changes possible as independent will. We are not the only one, okay? This was 2021. Let's read it. Independent and opposition candidates have won a key 2/3 of seats in the body that will write a new constitution for Chile. So when people come out and say, all this thing is not possible, you'll be asking yourself, say ghost in the Nigerian. They know it is possible, but they do not want to do it. If Chile need to do a new constitution to replace the one dating back to General Pinocho. Some of you don't know him. Momo, a little bit of the story of that guy. Bomb bastard. Augusto Pinocho. Augusto Joseph Ramos Pinocho was a Chilean general and a dictator who ruled Chile from 1973 to 1990. He was the first of the leader of the military junta of Chile from 1973 to 1981, being declared the president. He died in 2006. Now, why are we not doing the same thing in Nigeria? So, I understand some of you love Nigeria. Okay, you love Nigeria, but why are we not pushing for them to pull down that constitution? Because when that constitution comes down, your life would be much better. Because the new constitution would have everything that we all deliberate among our, representatives. If Chile, as at 2021, is trying to pull down the military dating back crucial demand of protest, which has swept through Chile in 2019, the government-backed candidates have only secured about 1/4 of the seat. That is the short of the number which would have made it possible for them to the blocking sweep. So how did we get here? Last October, an overwhelming majority of Chilean voters voted in favor of rewriting the constitution. So don't tell us that it cannot be rewritten. We can rewrite that constitution, but what they are doing presently is, but Dabi Amila will be on the seat in Green Chamber. Okay, amended. They are doing amendment to something that is not meant to be amended. Something to constitution burn it down. Kawashe drafted a new constitution that will pilot Nigeria, that will then make the Nigeria of your dream. You will never get the Nigeria of your dream. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to close down I still want to go back. Remember, keep this date in line. 1707, the union between the English and the Scottish was put together. The Act of Union was passed by both the English and the Scottish Parliament in 1707. that led to the creation of what is called today United Kingdom, to be called Great Britain on the 1st of May that same year. The UK Parliament met for the first time in that same year, October 1707. The same Scottish people are now saying, no. We are not happy. We want our own independence. We do not want anything that has to do with this union anymore. This union is no longer working. Do you know why the union is not working? The union is not working because Britain, or the country called United Kingdom, deceived the Scottish people that they will remain as part of EU. The Scottish wants to remain part of EU, but the English are upset that there are too many people coming into this country and they want to pull out. So then what happened? There was a referendum. I voted as well. In the referendum, 51.89% voted in favor of leaving this country this union called EU. Remember, I have told you, the members under the European Union, they were 27, or they are 27, as against the African Union that has about 50-something. And 48.11% voted in favor of remaining. Most of those that voted are Scottish people. But today, after Cameron resigned on the 13th of July 2016, we had Theresa May becoming the Prime Minister after a leadership contest. They say the rest is history. Did leaving the EU benefit the UK? Some people are asking. Is no longer paying the EU budget contribution. Some say that they were paying enough, but it's all lies. The European Union was funding a lot of money into this country as well. After they have been able to develop their system, then they now pull out, especially in the agriculture sector. Leaving the EU has meant that the United Kingdom has not had to contribute to the significant new liability arising from the EU COVID response, including for the first time, the EU is borrowing 750 billion. So English people, they complain, say they're not happy with being part of EU. I don't know why Yoruba people are happy to be part of Nigeria that is a fraud. I don't just understand it. Okay, you want to be part of Nigeria, tell them to give you a new constitution, because the constitution that you have presently is not going to work. As the UK Supreme Court stopped the Scottish independence, this was 23rd of November. Let's listen to how the debate continues here in UK. And this is coming from the University of Cambridge, some of their professors. And let me put that up a little bit more. Once again, my name is Olami Koiki. This is Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. A journalist, an activist, a father, the one that wants a Yoruba nation as against the current Nigeria today. On the 23rd of November last year, the UK Supreme Court decided that the Scottish Parliament, the English Parliament, is now superseding, suppressing. Good afternoon, Mr. Madi P. Suppressing Parliament tí gbogbo wọn jọ join together. Ẹ rántí pé mo ní wọ́n join ní 1707. The question you should ask yourself is, why is the UK Parliament, the English Parliament, báwo làwọn ṣe lágbára ju Scottish Parliament lọ? It's because what he manipulated the numbers of the representative of the Scottish people at the Parliament here in England is not more. It's more than the one. No, let me rephrase that. The Scottish Parliament, ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn náà ní representative tí wọ́n máa ń wá sí bíbá. Àwọn tí bíbá pọ̀ jù wọ́n lọ, just like the North is more than us. So then the Supreme Court, ó wá ń sọ fún Scottish Parliament, did not have the power, wọn ní agbára, to enact a legislation láti gbé ètò òfin jáde to hold a second referendum in Scotland. I hope you are listening. Àwọn Moki Abdullahi káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Moki àtòbími lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ibi ìwà wà very, very interesting. Scotland náà wọ́n fẹ́ lọ. Wọ́n ti fún wọn ní the first referendum. It failed. Nítorí pé ìdí tó ṣe fail ni pé wọ́n promise wọn pé tó bá remain in the union, àwọn ò ní kúrò lábẹ́ EU. Ní 2000, let me see when they had the Scotland referendum. When was the Scotland referendum? When was the Scottish referendum? What was Scottish? It happened 2 years before kí UK tó kúrò nínú EU. So in tó ṣe ni pé wọ́n lo ọgbọ́n àrékérekè òyìnbó. The English people deceived the Scottish people. They gave them a referendum in 2014. Mace Gold, welcome to the program. Mr. Femi Kasali, good afternoon, sir. They lied to them. They told them that vote against coming out of the UK or the Union. But when it comes to the EU, the English people pull out and they left the Scottish floating. Just like Yoruba people are excited with Bola Tinubu. Before you know, Emama flowed in Omi. It will be like the Titanic that is sinking, but many of you are still hoping that it will survive. On the 18th of September 2014, the Scottish when people are thinking that referendum is a big deal, no, it's not a big deal. It is just that it has to be done like in Nigeria. United Nations have to come down because they can rig it like INEC has been rigging your election. The Scottish independent referendum was held on the Thursday, 18th September 2014. The FIFA count took place at Michael Wood Sport and the Leisure Centre. Let's see what was the outcome. The Scottish referendum result. What was the result? Because the Scottish people thought that voting against the dissolution of not being part of UK, they will remain in EU. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n lo agbárí fún wọn ni. And Scotland has so much natural gas. You're quite right. The result from the local authority areas, when people are saying, oh, how are you going to get Yoruba nation? Okay, tell your country to give us a referendum and see whether we can go or not. But they're not going to do that because giving us a referendum will be the final straw, the final camel back of the elephant or whatever it's called. The result took place the second day, not like Nigeria election. Nigeria election went on and on and on because they wanted to manipulate it. They wanted to change the figure and just say, Emilio Kan, give him the result. The result from the local authority areas across Scotland, across every place that is called Scotland, the whole population of Scotland is 5 million, were aggregated. And the overall outcome was declared, just like Mahmoud was declaring Bola Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. This was declared by the chief county officer called Mary Peter Catley. She is the convener of the Electoral Management Board for Scotland, just like Mahmoud Yakubu, the 419, is the electoral chairman of INEC. Ó ti gbowó lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. Ó yá declare Tinubu pé gbogbo ẹni tó kù go to court. Peter Obi go to court. Atiku go to court. But what was the final result? The final national result was 1,617,989 for yes. That means àwọn tó sọ pé we want to go. But 2 million people said no. The same 2 million now are now questioning the English to say, okay, you deceived us in 2014. Mo wà lórí program báyìí. Mo wà lórí live báyìí. All right. Okay, ẹ ṣé gan ni. Okay, ẹ ṣé gan ni. All right, ẹ ṣé gan ni. Wọ́n ní kí n sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ bá wa pín o. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ bá wa pín ètò yìí o, kẹ́ dẹ̀ like kẹ́ share. Because ṣẹ́rí eléyìí, mo máa continue láti máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí. Let me go back again. Thank you so much. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Láróńdó ló pè yẹn. Mo kí sister mi Ọlájírè, Ọlọ́run àforíjì bàbá. Wọ́n ní 51 years ni wọ́n kú lánàá. Tó wọ́n ti jáde láyé. Gbogbo àwọn òkú Ọlọ́run, Ọlọ́run àforíjì wọn. Let me slow down. The Scottish people were given a referendum in 2014. Yes said 1.6. Yes. What does it mean? Yes, we want to exit. But 2 million said no. The reason why they had 2 million, it didn't say 2 million, was because the English promised them that 2 million, yeah, we will remain in European Union. Then what happened? It was all lies. So on the 23rd of November, the UK Supreme Court what decide pé no, the Scottish Parliament do not have the power wọn ní agbára láti gbé legislation kankan jáde to ask for a second independent referendum, because if they go for that second independent referendum and there's a yes, ọmọ mò ń kó lọ sí Scotland nìyẹn. Kódà mo lọ jadúró níbẹ̀ because they are going to run a different country that is current with the UK as it is right now. But many Nigerians at home, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹni tẹ́ wà nílé, ẹni Bàbá Akíntóyè ò tí ì ṣègbìyànjú. Bàbá Akíntóyè gbé template jáde. That template was meant to be used from our politician side. Wọ́n ní wọ́n wò mí báyìí. Wọ́n ní gbogbo àwọn politicians wọ́n wò mí báyìí. But our politicians were paid low, and the reason why they are not going to use it is because they are also enjoying the fraudulent 1999 imposition constitution. Mo ti fún yín ní numbers lẹ́ẹ̀kan 1.6 million ló vote. Tó bá bí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì dá ẹni kó fún àwọn Biafra ní referendum. Try it, dánwò ló bí yọkẹrẹ. Let's even make it a joke. Let Tinubu give the Biafra a referendum. Let Tinubu say, Biafra, okay, you want to go, we will create referendum for you. You will see that Nigeria will dissolve. And the Yoruba will remain there because we are not ready. But we are ready as well. But the fact is that our politicians are part of the fraudsters enjoying the 1999 constitution, which I'm going to give you the benefit of what they're enjoying. But I want to go back again and discuss about what is the law of it. In this short video, Professor Alison Young explained the backdrop to the case, also set out how the Supreme Court, I'm talking about UK, while the Scottish independent and a possible future to part away. If the Scottish people are saying they want to go after being together since 1707, the question you should be asking yourself is, why? They will gbádùn money, they will enjoy money. I mean, they have a strong passport. I was at Heathrow Airport yesterday. I'm sure there are so many Scottish people that are traveling. I'm sure they have opportunity, but yet they want to go. And I do not own the copyright. This is from the law side. So when people say that, lè gba Yorùbá nation without a war, it's because àwọn politicians yìí ni wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ ká jagun. They are criminals. If our politicians can be able to accept the fact that they should ask for a referendum clause, we have them, I think they're 21, if I remember. We have 21 of them representing us at the Senate. And I think we have 17. We have 21 of them representing us at the Senate, while we have 17 of them at the House of Reps. They are more than enough to ask the House, the Green and the Red Chamber, that the Yoruba people now want to exit Nigeria, but the only way they can exit is to help us to put a referendum clause. I'll find it. Let me play this video while I'm looking for that. It's a long video, but we might not be able to use everything. But let's just watch the first part. As the UK Supreme Court stopped the Scottish independence, let's listen to it.
On the 23rd of November 2022, the UK Supreme Court decided a very important decision.
I've been able to find out. Members of House of Reps in Nigeria representing the Yoruba people, these are the criminals that we must talk to. These are the criminals that we must ask questions that why are they keeping us together when they can ask for referendum? So that by the time you are saying that Igboho ló fẹ́ wá dá Nigeria, no, it's not Igboho. Àwọn House member, there are 55 of them across the Yoruba land. We have 18 senators. Yayi is one of them. I can't remember all the other ones. I think the criminal, ìtọ́nà máa ń ṣe lift káàkiri yẹn, Gbénga Daniel, 419, bomb bastard, ìyàwó àti Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ẹ máa para yín tán ní Ogun State. 73 Yoruba people in Abuja, and they are not ready to talk about the resolution that will give us what we call a referendum clause in the Constitution, because they are enjoying that Constitution based on the way the Constitution has been crafted. But let's first listen to Professor Alison. These professors are not as good as Baba Akíntóyè. So whatever you are hearing from this woman, Baba Akíntóyè has also done more than that. Baba Akíntóyè is an historian, while this one is telling you from the side of law. So when some of you are saying, Koiki, we want to go, but present the Yoruba nation as a war. No, it is not as a war. It is because your representatives will never allow the clause for a new referendum and enriched embedded into the 1999 Constitution, because that Constitution itself must be brought down. Let's listen quickly. Once again, you're watching a live transmission. My name is Olami Koiki. And today is the 26th of September 2023, and we are just almost 4 p.m. And I'm trying to push more because I'm about to do that to school and see there will be too much noise at the background.
On Scottish independence. It was asked to rule whether the Scottish Parliament had the power to implement an independence referendum by itself. The UK Supreme Court concluded that Scotland did not have that power. So the question we have is, where does this leave Scottish independence? Does this mean that the Supreme Court...
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. We'll open the phone line later. An extra phone. One second hand phone. America. Post there so that I leave his spare phone. So I'm a she Ujoko. The program. So what I'm going to do is, we are now 2 hours already, and I know within the next 30 minutes, but I'll do as much, but we will open the phone line. Let's enjoy this. Let's go back again to the reason why the Supreme Court in UK does not want to give the Scottish people, well, the Scottish Parliament, not the people. And let me explain something. If Nigeria was running the regional government, we would have been in the same situation like this. Then maybe the one at the top in the north would be pushing us down, just like they have done craftily with the constitution itself. Let's go back again and listen to Professor Allison.
Never be independent and never have an independent.
So every time, we know what is perfect, but because they are experienced in that field, I am not experienced, we can gain one or two things from her.
Referendum. Well, in order to answer this question, we need to think a little bit more about the backdrop of the case. Now, the first thing we need to think about is...
The reason why I have to be doing some kind of analysis, number one, I don't own the video, it's not my copyright, and I have to do some kind of analysis around it. There is always a backdrop for everything in life. The backdrop that we are asking is, what is this amalgamation? Okay, the amalgamation has been done. There's nothing we can do to that. Okay, no problem. After 100 years, some people even say that 100 years was a lie. There's nothing written to say 100 years. Now, when I was traveling from Heathrow, by the time I got to Green Park, you realize that I was telling you about Lancaster House. What we got in Lancaster House was a deliberation of 2 years. That is the backdrop of Nigeria. That backdrop has been removed, and that means that the union is no longer visible. It must break. It's as simple as that. The backdrop that gave us independence in 1960 was based on regional government. We are no longer practicing the regional government. Why must we continue with that region? Why must we continue with that same union? Many of you do not even understand that. Many Nigerians do not know what you have. What you got was 2 years deliberation. In Azikiwe, Tafa Balewa, Amadu Bello, and our own icon, Baba Olowo, and some other delegate that traveled. 2 years, because the British wanted to give us independence. No, they didn't want to give it to us anyway. But after Ghana got the independence, there was a push that Nigeria also need their own independence as well. And the only way they would have been able to give us an independence that would not have clashes, so that so that when we were in the regional government, if the Igbos wants to come and if the Eastern region wants to come and work with us, they will pay our own taxes to us, to my own government. But today, they are paying to Sanwo-Olu, but Sanwo-Olu will then send the money back to Abuja. It doesn't add up. That is not what we signed for. So that is a backdrop for this agitation to continue. Let's listen again.
How the UK is structured. Now,
how is Nigerian structure? The backdrop of how UK is structured is what they are reviewing now. But again, if they continue to go through the law, it will take a long while. Diplomacy doesn't happen anytime soon. And that is why the Biafra say, look, if we are telling you we want peace, and if you don't want peace, that means you want problem.
Countries we're used to talking about either have what we call a unitary or a federal constitution.
Did you hear that? Unitary or federal constitution. Can Nigeria go back to that same constitution that we got in 1960? Can we literally go back to that end we don't want to go back because I'm going to come back to this video. I just an highlight. I still want to tell you more about this document that was put together by a very brilliant man called Dr. Aliu. Problem number 1, imposition of the 1999 fraudulent constitution. We, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, have firmly and solemnly resolved to live in unity. Okay, we want to live in unity, but not on the 1999 constitution. If not, there will be problem. And if there's a problem, there will be no peace. If there's no peace, there's no unity. It does not matter the love the Yoruba people have for Bola Tinubu. The Igbos will never love him. It's as simple as that. Because there's no unity and there can never be harmony. There is also indivisible and indissoluble. The sovereign nation under God, dedicated to the promotion of inter-African solidarity, world peace, and international cooperation and understanding, is all lies. Let's go to the next one. Now, Yoruba people can no longer say, we are being marginalized. The Hausa and the Fulani people are the one in control. No. Reason ni pe, we were using that narrative before. Hey, this judiciary, Abubakar Malami, bomb bastard, the one who go kidnap in Amdekano and won't kill Igboho. Chief of Justice, Chief, this is how Nigeria, this is what we were saying before. We were saying that there is marginalization of the Yoruba and other nationalities. We should update this now. This should now be, there is marginalization of the Igbos and other nationalities because the Yoruba people are no longer marginalized. You have now been given Inspector General of Police. You are all excited. You have been given custom. You have been given, even, I remember that music. How do you remember? Nnamdi Kanu song, Nigeria. There's a lot of it, but there's a particular one. Only contain Maroti. I remember, you know, if anybody remember that song, only Nigeria is a fraud, you know, there's a particular everything Fulani. Thank you so much. It's called Everything Fulani. Now is everything Yoruba. Because Bola Tinubu, as much as he has tried to balance the situation, the Igbos are not happy. Even the APC are saying Bola Tinubu should give them more position. So let's put the music there. Everything Fulani. Now it's no longer everything Fulani anymore because narrative to change. The Yoruba people are happy. Eh? I want to chief of staff. I want to kinikon. Where's that? So we must update this article team because why am I not finding it? Everything Fulani. Okay, let me put in and become it. Why is it not bringing it up? Just for 30 seconds. Yeah, that's it here. This music, the Igbo people must do an update of it for me. Because it is no longer we talking about the Fulani marginalizing us. It is now the Yoruba people that is marginalizing the other as well. Listen to this.
Where is the president of the sea forward for those that are doing this man? It's Fulani. Some guys that their modernization first agenda is now Fulani. Totally completely after that. Where is their president from? Fulani. Chief of staff, Fulani. Chief Justice of Nigeria, Fulani. Senate President of Nigeria is coming to versus Fulani.
So, Mokobeke need the grasp of it. We don't have to play everything. So let's come back now. This was what we were saying before Tinubu became the president. Judiciary, Minister for Justice, Abubakar Malami. They also have the Chief Justice of the Federal. Secretary, Security Architect, as at that time, Chief of Army Staff, Major General Farouk Yahya. Today is no longer Farouk Yahya. He's another Yoruba man there. Chief of Naval Staff, then was a Fulani, Awa, Zabiru, Gambo. The Director General of the State Security Service, Yusuf Magaji Bichi. I think Tinubu has not removed this man. The Director General of the Intelligence Agency, Ahmed Rufai Abubakar, now I think is Ribadu. Minister for Defense, Bashir Zalihi, Minister of Defense. So, but this is not where I really want us to go now because this narrative has changed. The main narrative that we can still be using, we can use this headquarters of institution in Nigeria today. The Nigerian Defense Academy, is Tinubu going to remove it from Kaduna and bring it back to Southwest? Probably Ibadan. I don't think so. Nigerian Police Academy is in Kano. Is Tinubu going to remove it and bring it back to Southwest? I don't know. Nigerian Army University, BU, Borno State. Can Tinubu remove it and bring it back? I don't think so. The Nigerian University Commission is in FCT. Can Tinubu bring it back to Lagos? I don't think so. The National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, Kaduna. Can Tinubu bring it back? I don't know. National Commission for Colleges of Education, Kaduna. Nigerian Law School, that one's still in Lagos, but they moved it to Abuja in 1997. Even Zazu went to play for them. They were not happy. They all ran away. Now, let's go to the next one. This is what the marginalization and the constitution is using, and some other reasons why the Yoruba are saying the problem with Nigeria. Can Bola Tinubu deal with the insecurity of the Boko Haram? As at last week, students from one of the university in Zamfara State, about 25 of them, they've been kidnapped. They are not the only ones being affected. Some youth couple from Akwa Ibom heading to Sokoto on August 17th, kidnapped. There is a lot of armed robbery because the currency and the pressure on the dollar is becoming more crimes would happen in Nigeria. That is why the Americans say, do not go to Nigeria. Abject poverty. Nigeria, the world poverty capital. Massive looting of the public treasury. And I'll give you an example of that because I picked up a video that was sent to me today from Abuja or wherever, the Supreme Court. Let me go to my Twitter. If you're not following us on Twitter, try and do so. Thank you so much to those that are listening to us on the Twitter space. My name is Olabisi Koiki, and we have, as many of you that are watching us. Let's watch this video from what took place yesterday, and I'm going to stretch my leg, and I'm going to come back on my seat.
It's unfortunate situation that happens in Supreme Court today. As you can see, all justice chambers are consumed by fire. Our defense services are helpless. Our Supreme Court staff are helpless. The people concerned, authority concerned, they are helpless. Haloji and policemen, they are helpless. The sister agencies are helpless. We have consumed a lot of smoke. We use fire extinguishers. Nothing has been done. Our management staff don't do anything in the court. They are a bunch of thieves. Our management staff are a bunch of thieves. Apart from stealing money, they don't know anything. Ordinary one fire service is not functional. One fire service is not functional. I want all the necessary, the police, SS, the necessary service provider, they should come and get this information from me. Nothing is working in the Supreme Court. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing is working. As you can see, people are helpless. They are just watching. I'm asking for any pressman to come closer so that I can address them to make this public to the world. Our management staff are a bunch of thieves. Bunch of thieves. They are full bunch of thieves. Supreme Court don't have Starbucks. We don't have fire service. We don't have anything that you know that has to do with the safety of staff. We don't have it in the court, apart from stealing money. You can see, people are helpless. The fire is still catching. It's extending to other chambers. You can witness what is happening right now. It gets to a point that nobody is working. Nobody is working any longer. We use NGT fire service. We use FCT fire service. NGT fire service, FCT fire service is what we use to our rescue. This is not because of the NGT fire service, FCT fire service. Even staff will have been consumed by now. That is what is happening. As you can see, you can now see an immediate assessment from other stakeholders. People are analyzing. As you can see, it's not functional. We used to tap our water from here, but because of the insincerity of our management staff, they don't do anything apart from stealing money. Apart from stealing money, if I should have been the CGN for chief minister, that will put them on suspension today. All of them will go on suspension, sir. You can see the fire service is trying to get water. They're trying to get water, but it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. Nothing is working, sir. Nothing is working, sir. Nothing is working. People are helpless. People are just helpless. Nothing is working. Supreme Court management needs to be punished for that. It started from one chamber. We tried to see how we can break that chamber. We tried all our efforts. We could not break that chamber. So just it's down our and eyewitness to this thing. We tried to break that chamber. We could not make it. So we have to invite FCT fire service, NZT fire service to come to our rescue. But Good number to chapter again. Consume by fire.
That is the zoo. That is the country you want me to keep. No problem. Welcome back. Now, I'm going to move again. Nepotism, favoritism, marginalization, bribery, corruption. Larry Lamina, welcome. Okay, President, àwọn Yonkan, Ekabo, Yonkan Global, I had to have some kind of labels. Alex Mamu, man, Deruba, me pẹ̀lú get your love. Èmi náà máa lọ máa build the way to what the world program by Kenny Mari. Thank you so much, those of you that are with me on the TikTok. Appreciation to every one of you. Madi, Tinubu say with the diaspora should come back home and say we're going to build Nigeria. There's ethnic religious crisis. Remember Deborah? Deborah was killed because of her belief and her faith in that Shito country. She was actually lynched to death. Wikipedia already have her details there. Let me remind you, on the 12th of May 2022 last year, Deborah Samuel Yakubu, a second-year Christian college student, was killed by a mob of Muslim students in Sokoto, Nigeria, after being accused of blaspheming against Islam. The same thing on Shefu Tani Olorun nisin. Moki Ami Comfort Lola Dele Moki Yawa Comfort Ologunja as well. Thank you so much. Nigeria money spent on our leaders. We are live with the TikTok on this phone. Phone line. I don't feel free. Call. Because we are live on TikTok. I have to tell those on the Twitter space when we're going to take the calls. Please do not call. Mokia Fatima Mustafa. Salam alaikum. How to pet Montiri? Alaja, no. I can't remember her name now. I'm sure sometimes people get busy. They're unconscious masters. So I'm sure you all remember Deborah. So let me just remind you of the picture. So again, let's now go back. Ethnic religious crisis, subjugation, mismanagement of public funds. You've just listened to what happened, Mr. Ola on TikTok. Thank you so much. You just heard what took place at the Supreme Court. How can Supreme Court doesn't have water? So if Supreme Court doesn't have water, think about it yourself. Moki prophetic Ola ile kunuya. Eshegonisa. Adura magba. Mo de kan oyawo mi na. Mo kan omo mi na. So let's go to the next one quickly. Again, instant strikes in our tertiary institution. Last year, Buhari left you all 8 months. Lossy University, could see anybody to Lossy school. There's still what they call X-Men attack. There's crime, there's terrorism, there's high rate of unemployment. These are the problems that Tinubu will be facing. But even though the marginalization, Yoruba people will complain on this thing. I don't have to complain because we are now satisfied that, yes, Yoruba not the Inspector General of Police before Nigeria break. But the question is, what about the Igbos? What about the other ethnic groups as well? But the three major ones, the Hausa has been knocked off. There's nothing called Hausa anymore. So I'm going to move swiftly because there's a particular one I want to talk about. Now, let's look at how the federal, and I'm going to open the phone line. By the time we want to open the phone line, those of you on the Twitter space, we will have to end it. You will have to join us on the other platform as well. So I'm going to open the phone line very soon. How the federal allocation is shared to the state and the local government. Equality, 40%. Population, 30%. IGR effort, 10%. Land mastering, 10%. Social development, 10%. L, 3%.
So either they have one parliament that governs the whole of the country, or they have a system of a parliament and different state parliaments that work together in a federal structure. The UK is different. We have a devolved system. So this means we have 4 distinct parliaments.
Chenbo, I hope you are following. This is a professor of law. Professor of law.
Westminster Parliament in the United Kingdom, that governs the UK and England. We have the Senedd Cymru, the Welsh Parliament, that deals with what?
This is what we should have been operating under regional government. We will have our own parliament, not like they have it right now, where they have, House of Representatives. Lagos State House of Assembly. We should have been running a general parliament like this, because that was what actually we got in 1960 after 2 years deliberation. Moki Egbomi Moses.
Welsh law, we have the Scottish Parliament that implements legislation and rules for Scotland, and we have the Northern Ireland Assembly to deal with different provisions in Northern Ireland. But they have a very different relationship.
Did you hear that? They have a very different relationship. Until Yoruba accept. Alafia Mowa, Mr. Sunday. It's been a long time, my brother. Good morning, Ke. You letting go me. Any good morning. Anyway, yeah or no. Check Japan never. I've been South Korea. I've been New Zealand letting go me. Because you have any good morning. La go me in order to ambiva. That means Korea or no New Zealand there one here. So, Cherry, I know we are now trying to rush a little bit, but I have to come back and do this presentation again tomorrow. God willing, alone. I want to go back to the constitutional draft of the Scottish people. On the 23rd of June, Scotland delivered a strong and equivocal vote to remain in the EU. In Scotland, there was a majority for remain. And whereas Scotland now remain in EU, but the English people say they do not want to remain. Okay, talk about America, yes. America, definitely. United States, okay, yeah, you're right. Eshegoni, sir. Yeah, America, 5 hours ahead of me. Okay, okay, Arondo, here.
So they all have different powers. Westminster has the most power. It is a sovereign parliament.
Westminster has the most power.
So this means it can enact laws on anything that it wishes.
I hope you are taking note. Okay, America is 11:14 a.m. Benny. Eti wa lẹ́nu iṣẹ́. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́tí wà lórí floor hospital. Ẹ gbọ́ koikimedia. Ẹ má kọ́ ka yín mọ́. Okay, Moki, sister mi Tomilola. Àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì wà l'Amẹ́ríkà ni. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin mi. Ẹnu mi ti dry gan, so I have to put something on. Sometimes, when I look at àwọn tó wà Nigeria, I gotta break it down for you tó máa yé yín dáadáa. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n rìn wáyé bíbá. Mo like nǹkan tó sọ níbẹ̀. Ó ní Parliament máa ń lọ yẹn. I think I have a picture of it. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú picture yẹn jáde. Okay, màá mú jáde later. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi máa báṣẹ́ lọ náà.
Different provisions in Northern Ireland. But they have a very different relationship.
Okay.
So they all have different powers.
Okay.
Westminster has the most power. It is
Why do they have the most power? It's the same thing when we go back to the constitution in Nigeria. So I'm going to move swiftly. Now, this is how if you have pen and paper, a screenshot it's already on my website. Take note of this. Enter our TikTok, enter our YouTube, enter our Facebook, and enter our Mixela. Learn common suffering pé the Yoruba people have 55 members and 17 representatives in Abuja. In the Southeast, they have 43 members of House of Reps, and they have 15. And you say we are not marginalizing each other. Nobody do that. Let me repeat that again. Southeast, members of House of Rep is 43. Senator, 15. South, àwọn tó pọ̀ jù wá lọ. Ọmọ. Báwo ni South ṣe pọ̀ jù wá lọ? South has 71 members of House of Reps. They have 18 senators. Southwest, Yoruba people, we have 55 House of Rep and we have 18 senators. No be juju be that. In total, I want you to take note. That is 169 members, House of Rep, and 18 and 51 senators combined. For us to be able to get it very well, I'm going to, because I need to open another one this side. Because so I want to bring it parallel to parallel. Because when I go to the next slide, I want to show you what it looks like with the first slide. So I'm going to move this swiftly. Swiftly. Next one. I'm going to do that again. Swiftly. Which one is this? I can close this one. Swiftly. I want us to take note of this. Let me close this one. Hello, how are you? Okay, on school. Okay. Now, Chetripe, House of Rep, gbogbo wọn combined in Lagos, Southeast, South is 169. The members representing us all together as senator is 51. Okay. Now, let's go to the next slide. In the Northwest, House members are 92. Senators are 21. The Northeast, 48. Senators are 18. North Central, 49. Senators are 18. FCT, House of Reps, 2. Senator, 1. Total, 191. And Senator, 58. Southeast state is 5. South is 6. Southwest is 6. Only 17. But we're not talking about the state. Let's first look at the total numbers. You can see that there's already marginalization because the total number from the House of Reps between Southeast, South, and Southwest is 169. The senators is 51. But when we go back to the same Northwest, Northeast, North Central, FCT, in total 191. How do you think that you can move any motion if the 191 combined together, they've knocked you out? So when people are saying, Koiki lọ sọ fáwọn senator yìí, wọ́n mọ̀ pé they get the result kankan, because we have 58 senators from the Northwest, Northeast, North Central, FCT. As against Southeast, Southwest, we have 51. So there are 7 numbers ahead of us. I take out the next one. Kí ni 191 minus 169? Anytime on mass quickly. Any result I'm gonna go to my yàtọ̀ síra wọn. 169 minus 191 minus 169. How many is that? What is the difference? Because that's what we need. Quickly. Hello, program. Since people are sleeping. Anytime on further mass, what by now? I need to look calculator. You know, the calculator. 191 minus 169. By now, Osha can screen me. Nothing is coming up. 22. Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwapemi. So that means 22 members work for Jualo. So if, let's say, for example, T Emibaniki Yaya Olami Yayi, Timaniki Yayi, a Senator Yayi, ẹ bá wa lọ sí inú agbòmọ̀fin yín níbẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ bá mi lọ gbé bíìlì yìí lọ síbẹ̀ pé a fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Ṣé fi pé àwọn North wọ́n máa accept it? They are 22 more than us as a member of House of Rep. Yẹ́nì bó ṣe máa ń dagbádá yẹn. Ìmí wà níbẹ̀. Ẹ rántí Senator wèrè tí mo pàdé ní London tí mo sọ fún pé healthcare kò ṣe healthcare. Do you think that they will make Eshegon in 22? Do you think that they can make any changes? This is why àwọn ọmọ Igbo yẹn ti rí pé ọgbọ́n ni wọ́n ń dá. They are not going. This is the problem of Nigeria. Now, how do you balance it? It's the same problem làwọn ará Scotland náà face pẹ̀lú England, because the power, the devolution of power ó pọ̀ ní bíbá ju Scotland lọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ Professor Ilẹ̀kùn sí. I'm going to open the phone line in a minute now.
With different provisions in Northern Ireland.
Okay.
But they have a very different relationship.
Okay.
So they all have different powers. Westminster has the most power. It is a sovereign parliament.
Why must they have the most power? Eshegon enter Olori platform. And this is why we are saying that even if we are saying to our representative, it's just because we want to do everything according to the book. Àfẹ́ M1, àfẹ́ gbàsgbòs, àfẹ́ máa para wa, àfẹ́ war, àfẹ́ ogun. But if these politicians even take it to the, to their floor, they can knock it off quickly. Number one, they have 22 more than us as House of Reps. They have 7 more than us. How are you going to convince the 22? How do you convince them that Epe Kiwawa Nisaidiwa, when they are not part of us, they are not our own people? Okay, we can talk to the people in the southeast and say, let's come together and let's take the message. Do you think that even Tinubu can make any changes in terms of Tinubu? The power is right there in Abuja, in that chamber, because they can take out Tinubu himself. The power is there. Those of you on this Twitter space, we're going to end the Twitter space. I want to open the phone line for the next half an hour, which we have now done 2 hours, 35 minutes. I only have 25 minutes left. So I'm live on the Twitter itself. You can go and join me there. It's live and also other platforms as well. Thank you so much for being part of the program, Chinedu, and the rest of you as well. So let's open the phone line for the next 25 minutes. Only 25 minutes because, like I said, we don't normally like our program to go more than 3 hours. So the number is the one on the screen. I will just continue the program. If the phone line rings, I will pick it up. If otherwise, after 3 hours, I'm going to end the presentation. My name is Koikimedia, and I hope you're all taking notes and enjoying it as well. So how do we convince the other 22 to join us so that we can have the numbers? Sheffield, am I joining? I don't think so. Maybe you think so. So when we are talking about Nigeria, we are not talking about Bola Tinubu. We are talking about those representing you and me in Abuja. I am not talking about the state level now. I am talking from the point of Abuja, the green chamber, and the red chamber. And it is always like that when one is marginalizing the other. Let's look at the state. Southeast have 5 states. South-South have 6. Southwest have 16. Together, that's 17. Let's go and look at the North. In the North, Northwest have 7. Northeast have 6. North Central have 6. They have 19. That means they have 2 states more than us. How do you beat that? It's not possible. The Northern state have 419 local government. The Southern state have 357, making it 774 local government. Benny, 2 different ideologies. You're right, Mr. Positive Vibes on the TikTok. 2 different ideologies. Okay, I want to live in Nigeria for argument's sake, but I don't want to live in a Nigeria where they are controlling more in the north. What do we need to do? We need to bring down the constitution. Technically, more senators and more House of Reps representative members. Lagos State and Kano State was created at the same time. Now, currently, Kano State has divided into 3 states. So, anything somewhere like Tinubu, I want pointing the inside of the problem. And I am not the one that have presented this. I am just going according to those that have brought it forward like this. And it's our own job to now recite it to you. This is where the problem is. So, the problem. How do you confirm that we have 357? Even among that 357, Yoruba has 191. Well, I mean, in total. So 774 local government, but the North takes 419. Let's go further. Contribution from federal allocation. When they say contribution, owo ti won da si àpò ìjọba. Because some of you don't know that there's what they call contribution. Owó tó ń dá sínú àpò ìjọba. Jigawa, 92%. Contribution from the state revenue, 8%. Castina, 92%. Contribution from the state revenue, 8%. Yobe, 92%. 91% rather. Contribution from the state revenue, 9%. Taraba, some of these states, I don't even know what. Kilon Shelibe. Why do I want to go to Taraba state, even when it's not safe? 90% contribution to the federal allocation. Contribution from the state revenue, 10%. Sokoto, where our people from Akwa Ibom were kidnapped, and you want us to remain together. Contribution from the federal allocation is 89%. Contribution from the state is 11%. Adamawa, where Atiku wants to steal money from Nigeria and sell us back to the Arabs, 91%. That's why he wants to destroy Bola Tinubu by bringing out whatever he has on Bola Tinubu from Chicago. Atiku will never be the president of Nigeria. He has been doing that since Abiola time. Lagos, 96% contribution from the federal allocation. Okay, I think contribution from, that means pé owó tó ń gbà lọ́wọ́ federal. Àwa dẹ̀ ń dá 64% sínú bẹ̀. And you think that we should continue like this? Do you think that Bola Tinubu can walk around all these figures and numbers and balance it? Oh, probably give us more state. Tó bá fún wa ní more state, àwọn náà tún máa sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ more state. They can even divide Kano again to another 3 states. They are not going to allow equal level. They won't. Because the moment we are all equal, Northeast, federal allocation 90%, Northwest 84.1%, North Central 76.6%, South 77%, Southeast 81%, Southwest 53%. And we are the one providing more of the revenue. Now, this is the graphs. Most federal allocation dependent zone. South 70%, Southwest 11%, Northeast 90%. Every time they are saying that there's poverty in Nigeria, it is the Northeast and the Northwest and the North Central that say there's poverty. Politically, the North is crafty and ahead in political calculation. No, they are not ahead, sir. That is what the British told them. The British told them, go for the military. While we are studying, they kept the military architect of Nigeria. And they've held on to it for a very long time. So in that period, they've been able to marginalize and conquer every one of us. British does not okay, look at Buhari, you were to look at. He became a general. So one thing is, until we say enough is enough, United Nations always see the Northeast, the Northwest, and the North Central. When Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations, came to Nigeria, as far as they're concerned, not Nikon Yanje. Are we saying that the people in the Southwest are not hungry? The people in the South, in the Southeast? We are not saying that the people in the North are not hungry, but why are they focusing too much in the Northeast and the Northwest? We are just less than 25 minutes to the end of this presentation. We're going to come back again with the same topic tomorrow. Now, let's go further again. When you look at it now, the southern state is 45%, while the northern state is 55%. This is the graph. So, and those of you on the Mixlr as well. Now, let's look at the internal generated revenue, known as IGR. In the Southwest, it's about 561 billion. I won't be talking about the other numbers. South-South is 263 billion. Northwest is 146 billion. North Central is 181 billion. Southeast is 96 billion. Northeast is 56 billion. This is a statistics report that you can check yourself from the National Bureau of Statistics in 2020. Let's go to the next slide. So when you look at the graph again, the chart, look at the IGR. So the blue is Southwest. We are the one putting more into Nigeria, 43%. The South-South is pulling in as well. They are putting 20%. The North Central is the one in the gray. They are putting 14%. The Northwest is putting as well, but they are only adding 11%. The Southeast is putting as well. They are adding 8%. But Nnamdi Kanu says that if you open the war report, maybe they will be able to add more. I don't know. The Northeast is not even adding any value to Nigeria, only 4%. Now, solution provided, restructuring, they said no. State police, they said no. Do you think that this current administration will give a state police? The state police is important. And I'm going to close. I'm going to open another slide quickly. And I'm going to go again to the 1999 Constitution And this will take me to what that senator that normally, this one. I want a full package. I don't want the half package. Senator Adeyeye. I need the one that he spoke at the full length. Below 1999. Let me just write his name right on that. All right. Let me just put his name there. Adeyeye. Adeyeye. Egbon Watoso, Senator. Yeah, I need the full one. That's the full one. Yeah, let's listen to this. I do not own the copyright. This goes to Sahara Reporter. Do you think that President Bola Tinubu will give us a state police? I don't know. But let's listen to Senator Adeyeye. What is the problem? Go ahead, sir.
It's the credo of our republic. It says unity and faith, peace and progress. The truth is, whatever a man sows, the same he will reap. And that goes for a family, that goes for a tribe, that goes for a nation, and that goes for a multinational republic such as Nigeria. When a nation or republic cannot keep faith with justice and with the truth, it will never achieve unity. It will never achieve peace. And it will never achieve progress. Mr. President, sir, one of us quoted from this constitution and went ahead to make prescription for how to move forward. I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress.
Okay, up and go.
This constitution can never give us peace.
For those of you looking for peace.
This constitution can never give us unity.
For those of you looking for unity.
And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to keep this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists.
I hope you are listening.
That's why those who want unity and peace in Nigeria must first remember that the name of our republic is not just Nigeria. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, we don't run a federalist system.
Why?
In Nigeria.
Why?
Otherwise, what is so unique about all those things that are in the exclusive list? We used to have a parliamentary system. And then we wanted unity. We wanted peace. We wanted progress. And we therefore said we are going to go with a presidential system. Honestly, there are many presidential systems in the world that have peace and progress. I can't quarrel with that. But we must put in place the same safeguards that presidential system across the world put in place so that you can have what it needs to run the society.
in this chamber,
the red chamber,
we try
it failed
to federalize the police system. In this chamber, we failed.
Why do they fail? 22 from their side will not support a police state. 22. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi positive ni, the state police will be dismantled. The Fulani jihadist tendency in the south, so they will not let it go. So when some of you are not, but we are trying our best to explain it in a layman. Baba ini kò lè work. It failed. So if it has failed, how do you think they will give you what I am asking for, which is the right of the Yoruba people, which is inalienable right? It get as it be. We failed
because we didn't summon the courage.
They didn't summon the courage.
The wisdom.
The wisdom.
The tenacity of purpose.
The tenacity of purpose, because Ahmed Lawan, body language. That was the former Senate president that Buhari wanted to use to overrun Bola Tinubu. One sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà important, àwọn wèrè tó wà lẹ́yìn, one bastard. Àwọn senator tó wà lẹ́yìn, one son tó ń dun Nigerians. Ìyá mi Esther ni I came late to the class today. Technology lè rewind ẹ máa bá lọ báyìí. Ẹ wá rántí ibi tẹ́ gbọ́dé níbí báyìí, ẹ wá padà sẹ́yìn. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká padà sẹ́yìn, ẹ rewind ẹ padà. One son tó ń dun Nigerians. Ẹ wò yẹn pé ó fọwọ́ rin mú. Ẹwà méjèèjì the other side tó wà lẹ́yìn. That Senator Shehu Sani nìyẹn, ó ti jẹun yó bẹ́ẹ̀. If you become a senator for 4 years, if you know how to manage your money, o ní láti wà poor Nigeria. You now go and see Senator Shehu Sani on Twitter, ó ti di Twitter warrior. Bàbá wa Samson Adékúnlé Mokin. Wọ́n san tó ń dun Nigerians lọ́kàn. Engagement tiwọn, they are not serious. They failed. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi positive ni, no meaningful progress can be made in Nigeria through the ballot box. Only revolution. Ibi kan tí ṣe òrẹ́jú sọ pé revolution, àwọn kan ní no, àwọn fẹ́ revolution. Let's go and vote. Wọ́n gbé Peter Obi dìde. Wọ́n ní obedient movement is a fraud. They know that.
And the vision and the understanding of what is making nations across the world to work. A man from Otukpo.
The man from Otukpo? Kí ló máa ṣe man from Otukpo, bàbá?
Was the DPO in my local government.
Why now? Say a man from Otukpo cannot be a DPO. Are we not Nigerians? Make una dey play. This country is not about Tinubu anymore. It's about we, the indigenous people now. Tinubu will be there. He's enjoying his life. Tinubu is enjoying his life. The people around them will enjoy their life. They will try their best to fix Nigeria. Moki our Ogini Ekaboma. Moki our sister Kemi Jobs. Thank you so much for listening. Moki our Kapila. Tinubu will do his best. We pray for his good health. We pray for him to succeed. But the chances of him succeeding in Nigeria, when I was chairman. What happened to Otukpo? Stop telling us when you're chairman, Baba.
The man did not speak Igbo.
And then so what? Are we not Nigerians? Are we meant to speak Igbo? Baba, are you not a Yoruba man? You see why there's so much nepotism among the Yorubas. The man does not speak Igbo. Must he speak Igbo? English is our first language in Nigeria. Paris, you know the Mokia. Answer, Oladeji Sokwe 419. Must we speak Igbo? He doesn't need to speak Igbo. As long as he can speak 12 pidgin English. But that is why we are saying that this system is not working. It's not about Tinubu.
Now the local government.
And no, if Obi for Kwara State local government, what has that got to do? This is part of why they could not get it right at the Red Chamber. You can imagine, Shehu Sani is no longer the senator, but anyway, but what didn't discuss on Igbo. Ahmed Lawan was not yet the Senate president. Akpabio now is in a bulletproof Mercedes Benz. I want no condition. I'm about Bagbadabai. That's what they want. They just want to enjoy the life. And me and you, we are fighting ourselves when we should come together and be strong and then ask questions. We come here. Koiki, now you push Igboho. Now you push Igboho. What is Igboho fighting for? Is it not the same thing that this man is fighting for? If we have a DPO that speak Yoruba in Igbomina, probably hear that, come on, the key security one in Igbomina. The man
did not speak Yoruba.
Only the man does not speak Yoruba. Are we a Yoruba country, woman? Are we a Yoruba country? We are Nigerians, so why must he speak Yoruba? Now, a Yoruba nation. Bishop Adesina was saying, but if the northerners are not lunatics, but they already create the state police in the north, the police can even arrest Nigerian police in the northern state. The north have created their own police. And Bishop Adesina said they can even arrest the Nigerian police. They've already created Sharia. And you save Nigeria. I will not divide it. They are operating with Sharia. And Tinubu cannot change anything. Don't have any problem. Sultan of Sokoto is the one they have to go to, not the president. He said the man does not speak Yoruba. Is that not what we are saying, that Yoruba nation now, so that we can speak Yoruba? You don't need anybody from Igbomina. You don't need anybody from the north. But you know, our politician says no. 3 hours. How many hours? 5 minutes. Loku. 3 hours. Me ti pé. Owó lecture mi ni ẹ kàn máa san fún mi nísìnyí. Èló ni mo what? For 1 hour. Only the man does not speak Igbomina. The man does not speak Yoruba. Oya gbóhùn sókè kí n fi parí ẹ̀.
The Yoruba local government. Every crime is local. And the solution to every crime is local.
Sorry for the God.
The earlier that senators in Nigeria summon the courage to
say, they're going to summon, Baba.
We should not continue to deceive ourselves. I know the police is costly.
It's costly. We know that.
If we are going to allow some states to have police according to their own wishes,
what's going to happen?
Therefore, we must revisit the revenue formula. More money go to states. States are where the people live. States are where the problems occur. States are where local ingenuity can be brought to solve local problems.
Okay.
We have only 2 months left. I don't believe it is too late. Tomorrow, let our Constitution Review Committee bring only 1 item. And let us fast track everything that we must have state police. As continue, you say no, you will continue to have your problems.
I don't want to stop it.
I'm sorry for those of you who are in your 50s and 60s. Those of us in our 70s and all the rest. Now you go face the problem.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Now you go save. Now you go feel the problem. You don't want problem?
But honestly, I want to
Moki Olakunle, thank you so much.
Be part of the solution. And all of us should pray for the state to be part of the solution. We have had these problems for far too long. We must have local policing capacity.
I hope Tinubu will give you local policing. My name is Olabi Koiki. Let me see. We've done much. Tomorrow we will continue from where we stopped. Tomorrow, God's willing. We have done as much. I can tell you that already. I've covered much of even what I didn't thought I was going to cover. So I can't continue. We don't like going more than 3 hours because I want many people to have opportunity to sit down, people at time will movie and watch it and enjoy it. Put the comment there. Remember to follow us on our other platforms as well. We've told you that. Many of you are not doing it. We hope that you will understand and do it for us. Thank you so much. Money Latin the rest better. And I have another things to do as well. Enough rest after the night bus. Hello, movie to Mosheni Itro Laliano. Very, very quiet. Why are you recording? Why are you recording? Give me that phone. Give me that phone. Give me that phone. Messed up country. Moki gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí enjoy the rest of the evening. Apàdé ní ọ̀la lágbára Ọlọ́run as long as there is no emergency. Let's follow us on our Twitter and it's very very important. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Larondo for joining. I didn't know you were behind the scene. I know so many of you ẹ wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ẹ fetí kọ́ lọ èyí tẹ́ ń drive truck èyí tẹ́ wà ní public office businesses gbogbo salon káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé títí dé Nàìjíríà Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè á wà pẹ̀lú wa. I am Olayomi Koiki of Koikimedia, the last man standing for Yoruba Nation. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon and bye for now. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Moki Olori Ebiwa Walata. If I didn't mention your name, please don't be upset about it. Sometimes there's no way we can pick everyone. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Bye for now.
wọ́n ní pé ènìyàn ṣe bí ọlọ́run ọba wọ́n ní kò lè pọ̀ sí ibò àmọ́ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ bàbá bá mi ṣe wọ́n ní bí ó sì àwọn wípé kò lè pọ̀ sí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ o bàbá bá mi ṣe wọ́n ní kò sáyé ló ó wáyé fún mi ọ̀bọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀lẹ̀ tó tèmi bẹ́ẹ̀ ó wáyé fún wọ́n ní pé ènìyàn ṣe bí ọlọ́run ọba wọ́n ní kò lè pọ̀ sí àmọ́ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ bàbá bá mi ṣe wọ́n ní bí ó sì àwọn wípé kò lè pọ̀ sí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ o bàbá bá mi ṣe wọ́n ní kò sáyé ló ó wáyé fún mi ọ̀bọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀lẹ̀ tó tèmi bẹ́ẹ̀ ó wáyé fún wọ́n ní pé ènìyàn ṣe bí ọlọ́run ọba wọ́n ní kò lè pọ̀ sí ibò àmọ́ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ bàbá bá mi ṣe wọ́n ní bí ó sì àwọn wípé kò